It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
What he means by pessimism is resistance. And that's what COINTELPRO was all about, stopping the resistance.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
We hide it in plain sight. One of Plato's greatest works was the allegory of the cave. I feel in order to understand the political matrix, we need only to look into this allegory. We first have to open our minds to the possibility everything is not as it seems. That things we've always known to be truth may be lies. For if we can't perceive the lies we've ingested, we can't see the bars on our mental conditioning. For that is how you walk out of the cave and see the political matrix. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Matrix. I'm your host, Marcus Young Morpheus Cage, and here with a special guest and friend. Long time coming. I've been wanting to do this for so long. A fellow content creator who covers movies, games, films, and he also does political commentary also. Welcome to the stage, GameDotFilm.
Hey, Marcus. Long-time watcher of the show. You're right, long time coming. Definitely excited to be on. Thank you for having me tonight.
I'm so glad that you reached out to me. I was like, yeah, I could just kind of do it my own thing. And then when I heard you're like, well, I'm free. I can hop on. I'm like, oh shoot, yes. Finally get to have this meetup that I wanted to do. There's been a bunch of different things that have been going on, and I kind of want to pick your brain at the same time, and I kind of want to do a little bit of an interview. So I'm gonna I like to call it a conversation because I don't like to feel like I'm interviewing anybody. This is just like if me and you were to meet up, have some brews, kick it back, have some drinks. We're just talking at the bar, just two guys talking about life and how I am. I talk news and politics in my regular life also, so it's not a stretch for me to have some of these similar conversations. But one thing which I'm excited about tonight is I get to infuse something different. Another big part, which doesn't always fit into the show nice and neatly, to get to talk about some movies and entertainment. And movies is like one of my other big, huge things. In fact, if you guys can see, I use Sinners as the background for this. I use Hollywood as my background. And on my shirt, I am wearing the movie Shotas.
I haven't seen that. Shotas. I need to look that one up.
You haven't seen it?
I
Oh,
haven't seen it, man.
it's starring one of Bob Marley's sons.
Oh, dang.
And he's going back and forth from his life in Florida and his life down in Jamaica, and like he's born in Jamaica and then he's sent out of Jamaica because he's getting into trouble and they want him out of the trouble. And once he gets old enough, he goes back and he rekindles things with some of his friends in Jamaica. It gets crazy.
Hi, Manny Marley. Okay.
I'm going to say about it. And so let's throw some shout outs to some of the people in the audience before we get this thing kicked all the way off. I see Tom is in the building. What's up, Tom? Oh, and I was going to say, I don't know. I think I got some free time tonight. So maybe I'll hit up 6 and see about hopping on. Or if you can send me the link, Tom, send me the link because I'm feeling a little feisty. I might want to hop on and talk about some stuff tonight, as long as I don't have to plan a show. But also, of course, I see Ed Game Dot is there in the chat too, and I see Chris H there. I see Autris is in the building, And as you guys all come into the show, make yourselves, at home, of course. Any questions that you guys have for Game Dot while he's here, ask those questions. And as usual, as I see different things that'll go on in the chat that'll bounce into this conversation, I definitely want to infuse it in this conversation that we're all having here. So, before we get into everything, though, I wanted to there's been some stuff in the news, and I wanted to kind of pick Ed's brain a little bit about some of this stuff. So they've just had the hostage deal and the ceasefire and all that stuff go on. And I just heard, even as of late, they just had another body that was brought back, one of the bodies, because they can't find all the bodies, of course, with all the bombing. And so, oh yeah, shout out, I see Abundance Protocol there also. But I'm just wondering, like, your thoughts on this whole thing, as of the developments as of now, with the whole ceasefire, the return of the hostages, and what's the next step, as they say? Because I saw Jared Kushner was even in Israel of late. So what's your thoughts?
Man, I mean, they've broken so many ceasefires, and how are they going to return all these bodies when y'all are dropping 2,000-pound bombs? And I mean, I don't think much will change, man, because a decade or two before this, I mean, they were already in an open air prison,
Mm-hmm.
2.5 million people, and I mean, I know they're going to colonize the shit out of that place. So real estate, hotels, um, God knows the oil and gas, the resources, and then any Palestinians that try to move back will probably try to make them work twice as hard to make more money off them. But it's pretty sad. But I mean, I guess there would be less bombs being dropped. But man, I just don't see like a lot of good things happening after this ceasefire, the hostages return. Because man, there's like what 5,000 or so in prisons.
Yeah,
Palestinians like political prisoners or
and I
just
just I
whatever.
they just locked up a few more just recently, because that's part of what Israel does. Oh, they'll give you the hostages back, but they're going to go and arrest another 100 or 200 to make up for whoever they lost.
For real, man. Yeah, so really sad stuff, but I just don't know not sure what's gonna happen, but ain't gonna be good. But
Yeah,
hopefully,
that's
hopefully, yeah.
that's kind of my thoughts on it also. I think that this plan that they're supposed to have is probably going to kind of fall apart as soon as they get this little sense of ease and comfort and everything's back to normal. I can see a situation where you almost have almost like guerrilla warfare going on,
Hmm.
and pop up attacks here and there. And so I don't know how this is going to work entirely. And there's one thing bombing the hell out of a place. It's another thing that cleanup, and the cleanup on this is going to take forever. And
Dude, it really is.
this is going to take a very long time. But I don't want to dwell too much on that. I mean, that's going to be a slow moving situation, and all we can do is have our prayers and our best wishes out to those people as they go through this. Um, let's see, Atrish just put down there the No Kings, and I do know that there are No Kings protests going on all over.
One
Um,
in my city too. Yeah.
yeah, I don't really know what or how to feel about the No Kings thing, because at this point now, I don't really feel like this administration responds to protest. I mean, they're just like, whatever, we're just keep doing our own thing.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't feel organic, man. Like the Palestinian protests, like all the like little organizations and just regular like real like I don't want to say leftist because what does that mean anymore? But
Yeah.
like when the Palestinian protests were getting organized, it was just like really organic, man. And like this No Kings just feels manufactured. And like I think Hillary Clinton was piping it up, or wasn't I could
Mhm.
have sworn I saw a tweet or something. She was like, "Oh God, well, if she's for this, it's like this can't be good. This is not. It just feels like shit lib city, man.
Yeah, that's what the first one was. This reminds me of like the whole Trump thing and the pink pussy hats.
Yeah, man. So I don't think I would attend that one, but I mean, maybe hopefully they get to talk to people on the ground like you do, but that's probably not gonna happen. I like you were on the ground like a couple months ago, man, talking to you know
Yeah,
anybody like about what's going on. So
I
that's
mean,
what we need to do, man.
I've went out a couple of times, and I want to do more of it. I just got to kind of work on, especially for protest. I got to make sure that I set up like I do have little mini mics, but I got to make sure I have those and a different camera for distance. I can't rely on just my phone,
Mm.
which that works when you're just doing um, interviews where you can kind of stand and have somebody come over to a controlled environment. But when you're walking in and out of areas and it's in flux, kind of has to be done a little bit differently, which that's something I'm working on and I want to do more of. I always think it's more important to get the actual people's voice on the ground. So
Mm-hmm.
I will keep trying for doing that. Next thing I wanted to ask is what got you motivated to start your own channel and go into and talk about the different things you talk about, whether that's the news and politics side or the gaming side or movies and everything?
Maybe like 7 years ago, I was like, well, I love movies, love games. Let me see if I can get a little dough, just a side thing, just streaming games and movies. But at the same time, 10 years ago, I'm starting to get a little, aware. Like, end of Obama's second term, Bernie Sanders got screwed by the DNC and he didn't fight. And, my family members are just so brainwashed. And it's like some friends and family. And, like, I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I, I'll keep streaming games and movies. I know it'll be hard getting an audience, bringing politics, but it's like I can't. I have to talk about this stuff, man. How the two parties a sham, and it's
Hmm.
like it has to be done. I just dude, like I have five sisters, and one of them was like calling my dad middle of the night, crying about when Hillary lost, and it's like, oh my God, stop it. Don't you realize how much of a monster she is, or Clinton is too? And it's like, if I can just don't stress out about that stuff and like just educate, stuff like that. But yeah, so you know, abolish the police, CIA, prisons, and two-party systems a sham. Um, CIA covert ops. I like talking about that stuff. I think we were talking about the war on drugs before the show for a
Yeah.
minute, and yeah, I mean, I love Asian cinema. I love martial arts action. I like B movies, low budget stuff. I don't really do Marvel too much. And I mean, I might check out a movie here and there, but it's like I feel like got to boycott a little bit, but they're not really my thing. And as far as games, I love action adventure, horror gaming, Final Fantasy. I'm a big fan, and yeah, man. So, but always down to talk movies, games, and a little bit of conspiracy theories or politics or kind of your whole intro, man. Like all that stuff, all those images, and all that stuff. That's great stuff. Like I'll talk about that. So.
Well, I am working on something. This is going to be definitely a very long process. So I guess I'll break it here with you and the rest. I've kind of talked about it, but I am working on I actually, for the Political Matrix, I mean, well, not for the Political Matrix, but for the Matrix movie in general, I did a live stream breakdown of it, but I plan on doing like, I think like my stream wasn't that good, and so I cut out in and out a lot, and I was so choppy
Yeah.
that I decided I wanted I think I unlisted it, so it's still there somewhere. But I enlisted it because I'm going to work on one which is going to be recorded, and that way I'm staying, linear and just hitting my points that I need to. And it's kind of ironic that I'm going to say this because I've been accused by somebody for a couple of years now using the teleprompter. I am actually going to write myself out a script, and now StreamYard allows you to use a teleprompter.
Dang, that's
so,
badass.
so I'm going to probably do it as a script myself and then be able to read it. So it's kind of hilarious that this person who accused me of using a teleprompter, and now it will come to fruition that I will be using one. But of course, I like to announce that stuff. If I'm going to use a teleprompter, or if I'm writing a script out. I see Lainey is there. Glad to see you, Lainey. But I'm telling you, I think in the first probably 2 minutes of watching The Matrix, I already have more than a page of notes.
Dude, that's awesome. I remember the first day I saw that. I was at my grandma's in South Texas. I'd go there every summer to visit. And going to the movies in like they call it the Valley, like Brownsville, McAllen, like the very tip of Texas. Nothing else to do, man, except go to the movies, really. And I just remember seeing like the newspaper, like big movie poster, black and white, and like it's rated R. I mean, I must have been like what 13 maybe, but you got parents come with you, and I'm like, I'm gonna see the Matrix, I'm gonna see the, and just man, that was just crazy. And I try to watch that like every year, once a year. Does 5 stars out of 5, man, for sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing The Matrix, and like for me, it made me like almost literally question my reality.
Yeah, it's not just the action in the kung fu, because the choreography was a Wen Wu Ping, and he's huge in Hong Kong cinema, man. All the top action martial arts films of Hong Kong, they were able to snag him and get him to do all that work. But yeah, but besides the action, it's like holy shit, like is it a
Well,
simulation? And the whole
yeah,
story and
yeah.
plot's a 5 out of 5.
I was
Shit.
always into mythology growing up, and so whether that was Viking lore, Native American folklore, whether that was going into Greek mythology, I was always interested in all of those things, and so it made sense when I went to college that I would study a lot of that stuff, focusing because I was a history major. Um, and so I focused on a lot of these different cultural things, and I guess it was kind of like a little detour. I didn't really need to do those things, but it was always fascinating to me. And some of the stuff which they put into the Matrix movie, for instance, Morpheus' name in general, just something like that. You know what Morpheus means, or
Mm-mm.
the reference to Morpheus?
I don't think so.
Morpheus is actually a mythical god who controls the dream world.
Dang.
So I thought it was interesting how they use that. Now how they talk about well, and then I mean I guess there's also another conversation to bring in about Sophia Stewart and how much did she actually create it and was ripped off or not.
Interesting. The directors seem pretty chill though. I've heard. I'm sure you've listened to like behind the scenes or production, but they were like the studio was trying to meddle, and they were like watching the Bulls championship game, the directors, and the studio was expecting a call of them to like, hey, you need to cut down this and that, but they never called them. They were watching like the Bulls playoff game because they were playing hardball because they knew what they had with that movie, dude. They were like, halfway or almost done making it, and they just played hardball and didn't call him, and like, no, we're not gonna edit shit. Like we know this is gonna be the goat of a movie, but God, I'm sure that you have so many notes on like the production and the
Oh,
little tidbits and
well, I mean, that's the
stuff.
thing. I could go on the production side. I can go for stunts and just the cinematography
Yeah,
side, things that were done which were groundbreaking, and then to
injuries.
injuries to costume design to some of the casting stories I've heard about, and then just like the script and story alone. Like I've like really spent probably way more time than I need to have on this movie.
What you
But
think about the second, third, and fourth ones?
not as good. That's first thing I'll say, not as good.
True,
I honestly feel like once they came out with the fourth one, it honestly makes the second and third ones better
Yeah,
because
I didn't like the fourth, man.
yeah,
Like some people like it because the director's trying to say something else, but I just no, I wasn't into it. But sometimes themes and messages go over my head. Maybe I'll try it one more time, but
yeah.
wasn't a fan.
No, I don't think it went over your head. I think it lost a step or two, quite a bit.
I mean,
Um,
Keanu's just so old, man. He has to do like this move.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, come
Well, and
on.
that's what they were trying to do with trying to bring the Bugs character in there and change it off. And I'm like, no, I don't like what you're doing with this. I don't like it at all.
Mm.
Um, Abundance Protocol said exactly. Sophia Stewart, I heard her speak many times. I believe her to be the creator and the Terminator. I believe that also. What the heck? My,
Well, look her up. Sophia Stewart.
Sophia Stewart.
Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart. Sophia Stewart.
Oh yeah, you've never heard about it?
I think so.
Yeah, Sophia Stewart. Okay,
Sophia
so
Stewart.
what she said is that she wrote this story, and they kind of have like trying to remember what it's called, but they have a place where you can drop off scripts, and any different Hollywood producers can come through and take a peek at these different scripts and see if they want to make that movie. And then when they decide they're going to make that movie, they reach out to the writer to ask to buy the script from them
Mm.
or the rights to it. And she said nobody ever reached out to her. She first found out about that it was, I guess I think she said that she never watched the original Terminator. But she was sitting in the Matrix movie and was like, they literally stole my movie. Like,
Damn.
she wrote this. I think she was while she was in college. I'm blanking on where she went to college, but she was like, I want to say either Santa Barbara or UCLA or USC, something like that. I think she was some California college,
Mm.
and she wrote that. Um, and now they could say, well, whatever you wrote, it just happens to be similar. But from what I heard, that there was some kind of undisclosed settlement that was paid to her. Now,
Oh.
sometimes a settlement can mean
Yeah, what does that tell you?
we're paying you to stop being a pain in our ass.
Yeah.
Sometimes a settlement can be like, okay, let's give this to you so you just stop. Okay, just please go away. You're giving us a bad look. But
Yeah.
by the way, how the story just started to devolve after the first one makes me really believe like the first one it clearly has a Judeo-Christian feel to it in some of the mythology that's being used, mythology and then religion, mythology and I won't even say religion, I'll say mythology and Christianity, mythology, Christianity.
Mm.
And then the second one starts to throw in various other different religions, not only mythology. So it starts to show in stuff. It starts to bring in, like one of the scriptures it brings in is from the Book of Mormon.
Mm.
So did I say that right? Whatever. Anyway, the Mormon
Yeah.
Bible. They took a scripture from there. And then you start to see other things that come from Far East religions, as in Hinduism and Buddhism and stuff like that. And that comes more from where the Wachowski brothers, sisters, where their mindset is, because many of them believed in more the Far East religions and kind of rejected Christianity. So it makes it a little weird to me that people who kind of reject Christianity would have made something really focused around Christianity, because Neo is an anagram for the one.
Hmm.
And then you factor in the woman that he meets is the Trinity, like the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. And it's just
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
also the fact that they wanted to cast pretty much the cast original cast would have been basically almost a black cast. Um, I can't remember who the woman who they wanted to play Trinity, but I do know that they were trying for Will Smith to play Neo.
Mm.
And then even in the first scene, they even say multiple times like, "You're my
Yeah,
own personal
I can
Jesus
see that.
Christ."
I think Will Smith could have worked.
I
I
think
don't know.
worked, especially in that time period because they both kind of had that pseudo serious action star, but a little goofiness to them. I mean, like I think back to like Keanu in like a Point Break, or
Yeah.
even before that, like a Johnny Mnemonic, where he did kind of have his action, but it was some parts of it were not as serious action, and the same thing with Will Smith. I think he was a little bit more diverse in his acting talents at that time already. I mean,
Yeah, he did Bad Boys in '95, and then, but he had definitely had some dramas in there.
6 Degrees of Separation was in there, and then of course he was doing the Fresh Prince of Bel Air at the same time. Um,
Yeah, I would like to see him go, wow.
it
See if he
probably would have
can
been
do
a very. It probably would have been like him screaming like "Whoa!"
that. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, Men in Black. I like Men in Black.
That's right, Men in Black.
But yeah, man, The Matrix. That's some good shit.
Well, I guess technically is when I said the fourth Matrix, um, technically I guess you could say it's the fifth Matrix because you had the Animatrix. That
I
was
didn't see that one. I didn't
yeah,
play the video games either. I mean, I think at a friend's sleepover, watched somebody play like the first Matrix game, but
it was
um,
pretty dope. They entered the Matrix and you
it
had
was pretty
Ghost.
cool because there was like some cutscenes and shit on the PS2, like
Mhm.
early 2000s or mid 2000s. Like,
And
whoa,
it had more scenes with what's his name?
the Asian guy, like Jada and the some Asian guy or something.
Yeah, his character was Ghost, but Roy Jones Jr. His character was in the game a little bit more.
What? Roy Jones was in the game,
Hmm.
like voice acting?
No, but they had his character, Captain Ballard.
What? I
Hmm.
had no idea about this. Roy Jones was dealt
Yeah.
with the Matrix.
Hmm.
Get out, dude.
Because
You like boxing? That's cool too.
he had that short he had
What up,
that
Miguel?
short couple of scenes in the third one. Remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I've seen it enough times, but that's never been brought to my attention. Who was he in the third? Just like a little cameo?
He was a captain of one of the ships. Remember the ship that
Oh,
Bane was on
yeah,
when Agent Smith went into Bane's body? He was on
yeah,
the ship. And remember, he had that line where he's like, maybe we should go in there with the Nebuchadnezzar. He's like, Bane, shut your hole before I put you in one.
wow, no way. I didn't. I thought that dude. I didn't know he would try to get up into the acting bits, man. You know, he was a commentator, right, for HBO Boxing, or
He still does commentate here and there for the
so he's
bigger
got
fights.
some like oration. He's got some skill or personality, I guess.
Oh,
Huh.
definitely. I mean, Roy Jones was a rapper too.
Get out, dude.
Seriously,
Blowing my mind here.
seriously,
Jeez.
he has one of his top songs was called Body Head.
Oh my God. What's
Yeah.
that boxing? What's his special boxing move? Did he do like the no look and what's
Yes.
his like signature move or like kind of puts his arms behind his back or something?
And then he did like I don't want to say it's a shuffle.
Yeah.
Kind of. He would do sometimes like kind of like that Ali shuffle and then a little head shake, then punch you.
Yeah, yeah. Dang. Because I played Fight Night quite a bit, like maybe like the first two on PS2. That was fun. I think he was on the cover of one of those. Roy Jones.
Chris H said, Bad Boy 3 made me want to live in Miami. I mean, if you got bread, Miami is a cool spot. I mean,
It
plus
looks cool.
I enjoyed the visit. I mean, I've been to Miami probably maybe 5-6 times.
You like Scarface?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I mean,
Al
and
Pacino's just going off. He's just like, I know, like, okay, he's not a real Cuban, but it's like, if it's good acting, like, it's good acting, you know? So I'm definitely, this shit's funny and just entertaining as hell.
I think it would have been more if they would have went with a real Cuban, it would have really changed the movie quite a bit. I think it would have had more of a it would have had a more realism feel. But if you didn't have a big name, and at that time, I don't know
That's
which
true.
name that you could have put in that role. The only big Cuban actor I can think of that comes to mind right now who was even a name in that time was probably like Andy Garcia.
Oh, yeah, that could work maybe.
He would have maybe been a little too young.
I've never been to Miami though. And I haven't seen Bad Boys 3. I think I've seen the first two and that's
I've
it.
seen them all.
Oh no, I did see the third. I didn't see the fourth one.
I've seen them all. I'm a huge Bad Boys fan, so. And one of my roommates used to play like the second one over and over all the time.
I like the chief, Joe Pantoliano, the captain.
Yeah.
He's a G.
Did you ever
Oh,
see?
he was in the Matrix shit.
Yes, he was. That's Cypher.
Dude, okay, how did he get himself in and out of the Matrix? Remember he goes to have a steak?
Mm-hmm.
How did he put himself in and out? You know, I always thought about that. Like, how did
That's
who
one thing which I would love for my show, which I watch. What is
like
it?
an auto timer or some shit?
He had to have something. What is it called? Screen Rant. I think I can't remember what it's called, but it's a channel that I watch, a movie channel, where he breaks it. He does it like a director talking to the executive about he's pitching the movie, and it basically in the pitch of the movie he's like pitch meetings. That's what it's called. Have you heard of pitch meetings?
No, kind
Oh
of.
my gosh, they're so freaking hilarious.
Mm.
But they kind of uncover things in movies that you kind of thought about, but you're like, you just kind of let it go because it's a movie, and you don't really.
I'll let them make a movie like The Matrix slide. They can. I'll let it. I don't really care, you know.
Oh, they brutalized John Wick.
Oh no.
And
Yeah,
no,
those are all good.
no movie is exempt. They go after everybody, and it's hilarious. Like, I don't think I could see Back to the Future the same after watching those pitch meetings.
Damn, dude, you know I've never seen those from beginning to end. Maybe the first one I've maybe seen it incomplete because I've seen all. It's always on TV and like you see watch a part here, a part there. But I don't know. I just never really gelled with that one.
No, I think it's probably more of the time period. It's crazy to think because during that movie, Back to the Future, do you know Michael J. Fox was going full time, doing what is it, Family Ties?
Oh,
So he's working that during the daytime, then running over and filming Back to the Future at night.
damn,
This dude was working on like 4 hours of sleep like every day,
damn, that's tough, man.
doing double duty full time.
Just like I know it's like acting and making a movie isn't like a dangerous job, but just doing like multiple takes, dude, and if you have a crazy director who wants like 50 takes on like one scene, that must be taxing as fuck, dude.
I'm talking about like a Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick, yeah, that's the very first. Yep. I heard Fincher was kind of like that too, but exactly like that, just driving you insane, man. So definitely, that's probably a tough gig
Like
there.
I'm trying to remember what's her last name. I'm blanking on her last name, but Shelley Duvall.
Yeah,
Shelley
she was.
Duvall in The Shining.
She,
He made her film like one of the scenes like 170 times.
oh God, dude. Like I don't. I know it's art, man, and like, but it's like, I don't know, man. Just do a few takes and that's it. I don't think you need that many. Why torture people?
I mean, I guess he feels like it. I don't know. I guess it maybe takes some of the polish off of the performance and makes it feel more realistic because now you've said that line so many times that it's ingrained. And so it's not like you trying to remember a line or a line which feels rehearsed when it comes out. Um, I guess I'll give a little bit of other info that people may not have known about me, but in high school, I used to do some plays. And
Mm, mm.
so I'm not saying I'm definitely no professional by a long shot, but I do understand looking at the difference of a play where you can tell somebody has rehearsed this a bunch of times and they're delivering a scene, and somebody who just knows and it has embodied this, this character, and they're performing it on scene. Like I've seen some of the Tyler Perry like stage plays, and when you see some of them where they've been doing this play for 5, 10 years, how it looks comes out a lot different than when you see somebody who's been studying these lines for 8 months and now they're ready to start performing them and they're open for 3 nights in this city and then on to the next.
Mm.
It's a whole different vibe. And I
Gotcha.
guess the only way they can get to that level, some of these directors, is they want to push you to that extreme level of, going through it over and over.
Mm. Interesting. Speaking of Tyler Perry, all my film friends, especially friends that are black that love films, they just hate Tyler Perry, man.
Oh, I get it. I do. I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry stuff either.
I don't think I've seen a single movie, and they just look like garbage. And
Really. I would recommend what's the one? And believe it or not, this one Tyler Perry is acting in it. And not as Medea either. What is the one he did? It's supposed to be a prequel of Along Came a Spider.
mm,
Man, what is it? He plays and now I gotta look this up. It's gonna bug me. And I'm one of those people where it's gonna bug me figuring out what the hell this was.
was Ashley Judd was in that one? Was Morgan Freeman in it too?
No, he's playing Morgan Freeman's character, a younger.
Oh,
Now I remember Alex Cross.
yeah. Okay, that's the character. I don't think I saw that. I like a good thriller, kidnapping shit.
Well, they have
Check it
Matthew
out
Fox playing the villain,
for
and
the.
Matthew Fox, for those who don't know, Matthew Fox was on the show Lost.
Okay,
He
okay.
plays the lead doctor on Lost.
Um,
Tyler Perry movies are for white people.
oh man. Yeah, my friends was like, yeah, that's why can't you give like a they give him an opportunity, Hollywood, It's because they make what they want probably and they're just not very good. Like
Well, Tyler Perry, one thing he's never going to do is he's never going to make a social commentary that's too edgy. It's not going to be
yeah.
too edgy. It's going to stay within the safe box. It also does well with the black bourgeoisie class, who they want to see movies about people like them who are doctors, black lawyers, black professionals in their circles of other black professionals. And then they romanticize it by let's find the most attractive black people we can find to put in there. But let's skimp out on the stories and make it like a cheap soap opera.
Oh my God.
And so that's what it is. It's a lot of his stuff is very easy to see where the twists and turns are going to come. And as of late, it seems like he's gotten more about the cash grab so much that he's just rushing stuff out.
Damn.
And
Yeah,
so
that's not good.
it feels cheap. Some of some of the plot lines don't even make any sense. Some of them are just like what? Now this person is the villain, and okay, he's a cop, but he has a multi-million-dollar house. Nobody knows. It's like if you really did any time to think about some of the stuff, it just makes no sense.
Man, you know what's funny in Bad Boys? Because like they make Will Smith have like a Porsche, and like I remember the escalators in the police station were like gold, like real nice, and like there's like a hidden line, or not a hidden, but it's a throwaway line. He's like, oh, he like had a rich family, and that's why
Yeah,
he
yeah,
had. And it's
yeah.
very quick.
He had an inheritance.
Inheritance, that's it.
Yeah.
So, but it's just funny. I didn't catch that till like my fifth viewing, so I was like, "Is this what being a cop's like?" You know? You
No,
get to have a fucking Porsche. Like,
he
get out of here.
a couple of times. Everybody couldn't be a rich kid living off their daddy's inheritance or something like that out here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, I also got to remember, probably age-wise, probably when you saw that first Bad Boys, it might have just completely slipped over your head.
It
Because
did.
I noticed when you talked about going to see The Matrix, and you were excited to see Matrix, and I was old enough to be able to like really grasp all the concepts of what was going on in The Matrix. So I felt like it hit different because I didn't think I was. I'm not going to say that maybe there wasn't movies out there like that before. Excuse me, but I could say that I don't remember any movie that I'd seen before that be deep and action packed and great acting and just on all these different things, just boom, 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 boom down the road, just hitting every hitting every shot. And so that was what it was for me. But I think, like, I'll tell you my first movie experience I remember. I remember going to, well, not the first one I remember, but the most impactful. I went to the drive-in with my aunt and uncle, my cousin, and I think it was my brother there too. And we saw, I always get these mixed up, so don't beat me up in the chat if I name the wrong one. But we saw Raw or Delirious, I can't remember. Whichever one it was.
Nice. At the drive-in, that's cool.
We saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Coming to America.
Dang, okay.
So yes,
That's
I saw
pretty
Coming
good.
to America in the drive-in.
I haven't seen Roger Rabbit. Just a few scenes growing up. I know. I heard it's pretty cool, like the visuals and
It
stuff.
traumatized a whole generation of kids, definitely.
Oh, was it? It was like a PG, but like.
Well, you have real people and cartoons mixed, but
Right.
you have, like, killers and stuff in there, and like there's this scene where they have this acid or whatever that kills the tunes, and it's like this judge who's questioning this tune shoe to get information, and he like dips him in like this acid and like melts him and everything.
Damn. And is it a PG movie? Because
I
remember, like PG-13 didn't exist or something until like the mid-90s or something.
This probably was. I don't know what it would have been rated.
Yeah, but I can see how that would traumatize a kid. Damn.
A little kid watching this little cartoon shoe get basically killed.
Oh my god. But at least, so you saw Delirious or Raw, and then that one, and then Coming to America. Dude, Coming to America, hell yeah. That's family favorite. We quote that shit. The rent's due, motherfucker. Dude falls down the steps, and he like farts and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, a little trivia for you. At the barbershop, who's sitting next to Eddie Murphy's character Hakeem?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Got it.
That took me a fourth or so viewing. Yes. He doesn't have a line, I don't think.
No.
And I
Right.
forget who's who in that barber shop. Is Eddie this guy? Is Arsenio that guy? Like I get confused.
Eddie plays the older Jewish guy, and
Okay,
Arsenio is the one he's playing chess against.
you ain't lying.
Yeah, you ain't lying, but he might be.
Okay, okay, that's right. Now it's coming back to me. Yeah,
And then the one with the long hair, who's cutting Eddie's hair, that's Eddie.
that's right.
And
Chair
then,
number two be ready in a second. He just slaps the chair
hmm
with the cloth. Okay, yeah, that's right. I get him confused.
well, and then you remember the pastor. The pastor, I believe, is Eddie. No, 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 no. The pastor is Arsenio.
Good lord.
And then you have, and then of course,
Who's the band? Who's the singer of the
that's Eddie.
sexual Chuck? That's
That's
Eddie.
Eddie.
Okay.
Yes, it's a Randy Washington.
Ooh, shoot, man. I didn't see the sequel, man. I couldn't. My girlfriend and I were like, we can't do it. I can't do it. It's
I'll,
sad.
I'll tell you this. Probably the last like funny movie that Eddie Murphy did was probably Bowfinger.
Damn. I remember I had that on DVD, I think, man. That was like early 2000s, late 90s. Damn,
Yeah,
that's sad too. That's a long time, dude. That's
that's like
25 years or
really
something.
funny movie because then he started doing all the Doctor Doolittles and all that after that.
Oh,
And then
man.
he did like what was it, Pluto Mars or something. Then he had
I
that.
heard that's one of like the worst reviewed movies ever. I've never seen it. Dude.
Yeah, it's like once he had his kids, he went to safe Eddie Murphy. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
you even started to see it with the because I've seen all of the Beverly Hills Cops.
I don't
Oh,
think I've seen three.
it's
I've seen
funny.
one and two.
Chris H said that Eddie Murphy is Axel Foley right when I was thinking about that one. But the last one, it's it's better than some of the other stuff he's put out, but it's not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I mean, I would take the third one over that last one any day. It's just kind of interesting. It's kind of cool when I see actors act in movies with their own kids. Because his daughter is in the movie. Um,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, but
Um,
yeah, Nutty Professor. But yeah, but Nutty Professor would have been after. It would have been before Bowfinger.
right. Yeah, it was probably right before that, and I think the first one was all right, but the second one I don't think I even saw. I don't think I
I mean,
saw.
it was still funny, but it wasn't quite as funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to throw something out there because I know you say you didn't really watch Marvel as much. I do got one that I would like for you to check out though, because it brings to light so many interesting things. Um, I would say Captain America: Winter Soldier.
That's like the first entry.
No, the first one is what is it? Captain America. I can't remember something else. Soldier, but it's just
Gotcha.
Captain America: Winter Soldier. I think is
Captain America.
the second or
Oh, the first Avenger,
the
then
first
Winter
Avengers. The
Soldier.
first one, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
I
Winter
mean,
Soldier has a scene where you know how they'll talk about how the elites will like leak out information and give you real history, but they'll kind
mhm.
of disguise it a little bit.
Yeah.
I completely believe that's what they did in this movie.
Hmm.
And they start naming this group called Hydra.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's why sometimes I will low key call the elites Hydra,
Yeah.
because they are alluding to things in there. That
Interesting.
I'll leave it for you to check it out, or if nothing else, just check out the scene in particular where Captain America is with what was Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and they're down in a blast. I think they're in a blast shelter, and it's getting ready to explode. And this we'll call it National Socialist scientists. He's talking to them over the intercom and giving like this whole like what do they call it? I can't remember what's the movie term for it when somebody starts giving out a whole bunch of information.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the word, but yeah, exposition dump or something.
Exposition dump. Yes, he's giving a sort of an exposition dump, but he's giving like real history, but basically making it as if it was Hydra doing this. And there's another movie that does a similar thing like this, where the elites leak out this information. What is it called? Why am I blanking so much on it? I keep thinking of Eggsy. What's the name of Eggsy's movie? Where they wear the suits. Gentlemen, what is it? Crap. Now I gotta look it up.
Sci-fi, action,
It's action.
comic book.
It's not a comic book.
What year?
Mm,
Or like kind of decade or
Let me see. I want to say it was 2010s.
okay. I got my
a
cats on my desk going driving me crazy.
Kingsman.
Oh, the Kingsman. Yeah, it had that iconic this little turd is on my desk right now.
And I
Just cook-
gotta remember which Kingsman it was. Was it the third one? Yes, the third one.
I think I saw the first two, but
In
in the third there was like some like
In the third Kingsman, there is a scene where he's sitting behind this table and he's breaking out like the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand.
mm,
And he's going into how like all these different events were set up by this person and that person to do this and to do that. And I'm like, hold on a second now.
hey.
What did you just say there? Because it's I'm telling you, that's where you see where the elites sometimes are kind of gloating and throwing historical things in our faces to see if we'll catch it or not.
Right. And like they're just like, ah, they're just watching this movie for a good time. It ain't gonna really pay attention to that.
Yep, it's not. They're not going to catch it.
And like,
But that's a movie. I'm like, yo, put that on your list to see that
okay.
because there's a part when he's talking to like Rasputin and everything, and he gives them all these code names and how they're going to get the cousins to start beefing against each other to start World War One.
Interesting. Yeah, in high school, man, like Archduke Ferdinand, it's like, oh, it just started because of that. That's it. And
No,
like,
but
but
he's
it's
showing
like
all
20
this
years
stuff.
later, it's like that can't be right, you know? That can't be. World War One didn't just start because of that, you know? But
Yes,
yeah,
I did see him. I don't know. Did you see it, Ed?
I didn't see it. No, it looked. I heard it's like visually stunning and really hyper. But the message is just like, you know, how athletes are being treated badly, and like it doesn't really evolve from anything from that, you know?
It's
No?
more to it than that.
Okay.
Um, without doing too much of a spoiler, I guess I kind of have to spoil a little bit, but I won't give away key things. It basically it basically talks about how the elites control these athletes
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of almost have to sign their life over
Oh
to
shit.
become the GOAT or become these greats. And so it basically makes you question if the Patrick Mahomes and the Tom Brady's and the Peyton Mannings are really these greats or if there's other things that are going on to make them these.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
I felt it was in some things a little heavy handed, but Marlon Wayans' performance
I like him.
Amazing performance.
I like Marlon Wayans. Yeah, Mo
Visuals,
Money, Mo
good.
Money.
Oh, you remember Mo Money? Mo Money is one of my low key favorites that a lot of people don't know about.
Dog, that soundtrack. That's some bops on that soundtrack. But when Damon Wayans is in jail and he's just talking to that dude, he's like, he's like bragging about being in jail, and he's like, I'll 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 do 5 more years if I get to see that
Oh, he
my
was
ex again. He's like,
give
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, it's like Jesus. Are people really like this? Just wanting to be in jail, I'm like Jesus. And then like the singing lawyer that Damon Wayans has, he must be a public
yes.
defender. And the old white judge gets me the most because he's like, "Are you serious?"
Are
And just
you
his facial,
serious?
and I guess the guy
Yes.
was serious. But yes, Mo Money's Marlon Wayans, yeah, definitely like
He was up there.
good Marlon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sweating, he had a little handkerchief. That shit was cool.
Well,
But,
but also in that time, I gotta admit, like I had a huge crush on Stacey Dash back then. I know, don't roast me, everybody. I did not know her political beliefs. Nobody knew her political beliefs back then. She was just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, she kind of fell off. Like, I mean, I grew up with Five
Way
Sisters,
off, I
man.
guess.
So Clueless, I love Clueless. I
Yeah,
can
she
quote
did
it,
Clueless,
and
and then she did More Money.
yeah, and she looked good, man. She looked good, but yeah, like, and I haven't heard of her since then. And like, being on social media, she'll pop up here and there
Mm-hmm.
with some right wing or just
Well, she
whatever.
dipped away, got married, had kids, and then came back as a Fox News pundit.
Oh my God. She's
Yeah.
got good, cool eyes, I guess. Those eyes will take you places and
Mm-hmm.
looks.
But
But
that's she dipped, and that's what she became. Like, so it's like,
yeah. Yikes.
yeah, she went crazy. Hollywood tends to do that to some people. Um, what's another one that I'm thinking of? Because there's so many movies which I've seen where Hollywood is being so heavy-handed. I won't even see Hollywood. Sometimes it's the CIA directly, where the CIA is being so heavy-handed in their approach to things.
Bro, yeah, I think one of the last Marvel movies was Shang-Chi, The Rings. The very first line of the movie, they're describing the villain, and he's like, this is how he overthrows governments around the world. It's like the first line of the movie, but it's like record scratch. It's like, okay, you've seen like the memes and like how many interventions of fucking the United States. It's like,
Mhm.
oh my God, the CIA wrote this shit. Like, come on.
Well, it's the same thing. Which, if you look at Maverick Top Gun,
Oh my God.
Maverick Top Gun, they made it seem like they're going against this major enemy that's a European country that seems like it could be in Eastern Europe with a very powerful military.
Yeah, it's interesting. They were kind of
They,
clever.
they didn't
Not
give the
clever,
name.
but like they didn't name it because it's
Hmm.
like they knew like people would just be outraged on whatever they named it. But yeah, they didn't name it.
Well, that's the new tactic that I've seen Hollywood slash CIA do.
Yeah.
You look at you can look at that in Superman. They
I
didn't.
haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of interested, but I was gonna wait till like I can like maybe get a torrent or something, like rip it or
Well,
something.
little spoiler. It's not hard to guess that the country that Superman has this beef with is more than likely Israel.
Mm. Yeah,
And
and like there was
they're-
like a little psyop, dude. Like, oh, Israelis are mad because,
yeah,
but it's like that was just slipped out there so people would go see it. It's because Zionists own Hollywood, anyways. So I
yeah,
feel like that was a mini little psyop happening
yeah.
there, dude. Like,
It was as if like it was as if the Israelis were doing certain things as we don't know why they would that they oppress these people over here, these brown people, and
oh my God.
you can even see like they almost have like sticks and stones while the other people are, have a powerful military, and the
Hmm.
president even looks like David Ben Gurion.
Weird. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks entertaining, man, and I heard they really like get it down to a science. Like every like little music drop, every edit, and every sound, they really get that emotion out of you, to make it
Mhm.
action packed, and they know what they're doing. So,
But they did that with Wonder Woman 1984 also.
oh, I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't watch that,
It was
dude.
it was it was rough. It was rough to watch. But you keep in mind, we're dealing with a woman who is a former IDF soldier
Gal
who
Greenstein.
who is fighting against what? She's fighting against an Arab leader who's maniacal and out of control and wants war with one country.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. She's
Like,
such a bad actress, man. And
well, they
she's
got away with it for a little while because a lot of people's radar was still down on Israel.
yeah.
Like at that point, like when she first came out, I want to say the first movie I saw her in would have been what?
Fast and the Furious
Fast and the Furious
3, 4, 5, whichever one she was
4.
in.
I think it was 4.
Yeah,
That would have been the first movie I saw her in.
me
And
too, probably.
I knew, I was like, who the hell is this? Like, where'd she come from? And it's kind of weird how she just jumped to a movie like that. How did she get casted in this movie? Like, what was she doing before this to jump up to that level? Which I still never ever looked into, but it's kind of curious. It's almost like she was a industry plant.
Seriously, I totally agree with that 100%. It's crazy, man. Like a leading Hollywood actress, Zionist, and like the other month, I there's this producer called Arnon Milchan. He produced
Mm-hmm.
some of like Oscar-winning movies, man. He just said it out loud. Yeah, I'm a Mossad agent.
Mm.
It's like, oh my God, they're everywhere, dude. It's like,
I honestly would like for them to make a movie about the one guy who did get busted for being a Mossad agent, and he was
hmm.
infiltrated into the government, and we just released him not that long ago.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
He went back to like all of this praise and adoration in Israel.
Wow.
And damn, and, oh, shout out to Warren. I see Warren's in the building.
Hey, Warren, what's up? Miguel too.
Let's see, what was it? Damn, what was I looking up? Israeli, oh no, spy released. It's like his name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it.
hmm
What was his name?
When you're thinking about that, since we were talking about Tyler Perry, but we should name some good black directors.
Jonathan
um,
Pollard. Jonathan Pollard.
Jonathan Pollard. Okay,
Yeah, listen to this. As of late 2020, Jonathan Pollard, a former U.S. Navy analyst who spied for Israel, was fully released from his parole restrictions and arrived in Israel. He had been released from prison in 2015 after serving 30 years of a life sentence.
damn, 30 years?
Yeah.
So he must have been a real traitor or some shit.
Oh, he was a dude, Navy analyst. I can't tell you the kind of information that dude was probably having.
Bro, like,
That's
man.
infiltrated. He was sharing literal top secret information.
Man, that's a rabbit hole. I opened a Google Chrome tab. I'm gonna leave that open so I
Like
can.
that's the kind of stuff which like how they talk to founding fathers all the time. That's something that would have got you in front of a firing line.
Damn.
Or you would have had a meeting at the end of a rope.
Oh my God. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so you literally, I mean, when you join the military as somebody who's former Navy also, same branch as him, you have to swear that you are to defend the Constitution and from enemies and foreign and domestic, and you are literally an enemy of the nation.
Damn.
That doesn't. I mean, and how he ended up getting life sentence and then released. That I mean, that right there could be a whole rabbit hole alone because he committed treason.
Yeah, I mean that's like to the CIA or like high-ranking government officials. That's like the worst crime you can possibly commit, man.
Yeah, he literally committed treason. So it's wild to me that he was able to get out of there. What I keep thinking there was another movie that like I remember like they started the propaganda with the whole Russia stuff back in the day. And I
Mm.
don't know if maybe you remember it, but for those who are like my age and older, you guys all remember how Russia was the enemy in every movie in the 80s.
Nicaragua, Cuba, and yeah, those three probably, but yeah, Russia the most for
I'll say
sure.
80s and 90s, like the Rocky movies. You even had Rambo
Hmm.
in Rambo, what was it? Rambo 3 when he's in Afghanistan. The Russians are there also.
Is that the
Heck,
one where they
the
say to
Russians
the
were in
brave
Vietnam
fighters of
War too.
Mujahideen?
Yeah, yeah,
That's embarrassing. That's just
yeah.
y'all are, and
So for those who didn't put that together, the Mujahideen, that was giving credit to Osama bin Laden in that movie.
oh man, and those guys are basically like feudal like landowners or like
Well,
maybe.
the Mujahideen was like um, Osama bin Laden actually left, and he brought some of his troops, and he got with tribal chiefs to
Tribal
get
chiefs.
together and assemble a small army to be able to fight against the Taliban at that time, and not the Taliban. No, it was the Taliban. To fight against the Taliban and to fight against the Russians, supposedly.
And yeah, because Russia was trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do, but
Russia was
like,
trying to help the Taliban.
okay.
And so
And
they were trying to help them. I believe it was about processing poppy
hmm
and exporting that out to do pharmaceuticals. The United States didn't want Afghanistan to start to, get on their feet and become, a more modern country. They wanted to keep them in that more tribal state.
so they cozied up with some right wing like
Yes.
extremists, and yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
just
the thing.
nuts.
They weren't really extremists at first.
Mm.
They were all of course religious, but what turned them into extremists is the CIA went in and actually trained these guys up, and then we were giving them air support and all that. Well, eventually we just stopped giving them support, and many of them got slaughtered.
God damn.
And so now they have an axe to grind because they're pissed off that wait a minute, you guys are supposed to have our back and you just fucked us over. And
Hmm.
then Bin Laden, after that was over, felt like, well, now I'm going back home to Saudi Arabia, back to my people. And he was like, so I know with this recent oil and everything that was found because oil was found in like the 70s. They were about this. Oh, you all right?
My cat was on the desk, and that's the feisty one.
Oh,
She, she swiped at me. I'm good.
but he wanted to go back, and as they were starting to pump the oil out of the ground in Saudi Arabia, that was about to start making it wealthy. Um, the Bin Laden family had a deal with the Bush family, and
Mm.
Osama was like, "Well, why are you going to use these Americans? You can use me instead. Now I have training. I can protect you and everything because I got training from the Americans. We don't need to have them in there." And his family rejected his offer, told him, "No, go fuck off. We're doing business with the Americans."
Damn.
And so he got burned once with the the Mujahideen when the CIA just kind of left him out to dry, and then
Hmm.
he comes back, and then they move in on possibly would have been a big chunk of his inheritance and money.
Wow.
So though they made it like this religious thing, his big beef was more about money than anything. And so
Always, yeah.
what he did is he found people which had been wronged by the United States and the CIA, whether that was families lost and all that, and he radicalized them,
Long list.
to go against, the USA. That's the reason why, when they were doing, I'm trying to remember what it was, with the whole Iran Contra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie North was like, they asked him during his what is it, when they bring you to Capitol Hill, and they said, why do you have this expensive alarm system? Like, he had like a crazy super expensive alarm system.
Mm.
And he said, because of a man named Osama bin Laden.
Whoa.
And so he already knew back then that this dude had an axe to grind against them. And I don't know how he's going to come, but this dude at some point is coming,
Wow.
coming to attack us.
Yeah, dude.
And
Ollie
then,
North, that's a bad dude.
then it started off with all of these like random attacks here and there. Now, where it gets a little interesting is some people believe that not Saddam, but that bin Laden was killed off and they put in a fake bin Laden to carry it on and all this other stuff. Or at the same time, to some things that he was doing,
Corn pop.
claim that he was doing that, like all the terrorist attacks. I'm not 100% positive that I believe he was responsible for all of them.
Right.
I think that yes, he did do a bunch of terrorist attacks, but they found, now we can benefit off of this. We do a little false flag over here.
Yeah.
On him anyway.
Right
and,
on.
And so I think that's where he got more and more over the years. Like, man, fuck these people.
Did him dirty twice, multiple times,
and costing billions of dollars.
I know, man. That oil Saudi money.
Mm-hmm. So it's interesting. I mean, but like what I was saying about the Russians, you had in the Rocky series they made them villains. Rambo series they made them villains. There was this big hockey movie they made them villains. We had, what was it?
That's right.
Red Dawn at the time.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I haven't seen that, but it's like you type in like propaganda. You just Google propaganda USA movies, and like that's like up there.
Oh yeah,
because what's the plot? Like they're like, oh,
Russians come and take over the United
States,
in the
suburbs and shit, like
everywhere. You have like this gang of like basically high school kids. They kind of run guerrilla warfare, and they call themselves the Wolverine after their high school football team.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's some like fear mongering for real.
Well, the new one which they revived.
Oh yeah, they remade that shit too.
They remade it. It was like what, Black Hawk instead or something like that. No, Black Dawn.
Oh my god.
That one they made it as if some Asian
North Korea or some shit.
Yeah, like some Asian enemy, more than likely North Koreans, were taking over the United States.
Oh my god. They tell that lie, dude. Oh, the Viet Cong can be on your front doorstep, tomorrow. We gotta go to war. It's like, oh.
I mean, do you know, like, for instance, they literally had like cartoons that they drew of giant bears like eating babies and saying, "Oh, this is what the Russians are going to do to you," and that's the propaganda that they were pushing out in the early like 1920s and 30s and stuff.
Yeah, they like the artwork would be. They'd make him look like subhuman or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like evil looking, but just like a rat or some shit.
Yeah, that's why when you had some of the denials, what do they call her, the bitch of Buchenwald, when they said that she was like making lamps out of like the skins of the people who were there in the 1940s in Germany, that she was torturing them and using their skin and lamps and soap and all this other stuff that they said she did. She claimed she never did any of that stuff. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Of course, the National Socialists are not going to admit to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I got older, I was like, as much propaganda that has went on throughout the governments and stuff, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Maybe she could have been telling the truth, and maybe she didn't. She's like, "No, we just shot him and threw him in the ditches. We didn't do no extra stuff." Which,
Yeah.
honestly, from my perspective, I believe that's more what was done. I don't buy into some narratives. I'll just say that because we're on YouTube. There's some narratives I don't entirely buy into. Do I believe that? Yes, they killed a lot of them. Yes, but I believe it was more conventional.
Okay.
It was, more with actual weapons, sometimes working people to death, and then some of it by just forcing people into these conditions, which were going to be disease infested, and you having mass outbreaks of certain diseases go through the camps and kill off people.
Damn.
Because
That's shit.
back in those days, a cold could kill you, and do you think that they were giving them any kind of like proper health? I doubt they were doing all that. Just throwing, a bunker that's supposed to have maybe 50 people in it, and they're like, we're gonna throw 80 people in here and stack and, oh well, so what if a couple of them are sick? And then you wake up and after a week, 30 of them are dead from some kind of mysterious cold. A lot of that happened too.
Yeah, man.
I know it's interesting. It was a couple other movies. I was talking about the
Black Hawk Down. We should talk about that one too. As far as propaganda movies.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
oh wow!
Bush had like Somalia oil interest there big time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure who funded who, but I'm sure we were just there to protect interests and cause terror. And there was like 10,000 Somalian deaths. And I mean, I don't know like the groups or the sects and who was fighting or who and who was funding who, but I just know like that was all just like that.
I just got to ask you a question. All right,
Mhm.
do this for me real quick. You got your computer there handy?
Yeah.
I want you to pull up the water that's right next to Somalia. And I want you to pan out and see what's on the other side of the water from Somalia.
All right, let me see here. Let me just pull up a see this. All right, where are you? Where am I? Man, Africa is just so big, dude.
Yeah, it's massive.
There it is. Oh, Yemen. Oh my God.
Yeah, keep following that area. Yeah, man.
Oh
What
shit.
else do you see over there?
Ethiopia. Yeah, the Middle East. You got go north. You got Israel. You know, I never hear about Eritrea either. And
Eritrea?
is that how you say it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found out today that they're like top 5 most sanctioned in the world.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm telling you, I wish I had Sebs on to like go into this also because Sebs is Eritrean and her father I want to get her father on here too. Well, that's right. I first need to finish reading his book. But he goes into a lot of the different stuff that goes on there and there is interests which have caused a lot of conflict in those areas. Now, if you want to understand why, if the Panama Canal went down, the canal would have to go somewhere else. Now think about where the canal would more than likely go if it did not go through that area.
Uh-huh. I don't know. My geography's not so good. But I'm looking at the map and trying
It
to
would
see.
go through that little area,
Mm-hmm.
which goes straight through that waterway that we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see that.
Also, what you have right next to Gaza, on the other side of that, because you see, if you look across in the right area, it was like diagonally across, you'll see that Somalia he goes across to over to where Gaza is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much gas reserves did they say it was up under the water there?
Under Gaza?
Well, it's not directly. Well, there's
Somalia.
ones under Gaza, but under the water there.
Oh, I don't know.
Therein lies the real question.
Man, because like not to get too off topic, but there's a documentary called Collapse. Michael Rupert. He was an ex LAPD detective. Kind of helped break the story on CIA drug dealing, but he was like, I didn't know Saudi Arabia was running out of oil. Like he was like, why do you think they're trying to go offshore?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like there's like some kind of bell curve with oil, peak oil they call it. When
Well, you have
you
different types of oil too, whether that's the sweet or the crude.
yeah, but like they're running out basically.
Mhm.
So like that's kind of scary to think about. But yeah, man, offshore, I guess yeah, you're right. So offshore of that area and
So here, let me read this to you real quick. Natural gas reserves near Gaza are located in the gas marine field, discovered in 2000 and situated about 20 miles offshore. The field holds an estimated 1.1 trillion cubic feet of gas, a significant amount that can meet the energy needs of the Palestinian territories and potentially allow for exports. However, the reserve remains unexploited due to ongoing political and security challenges, despite initial agreements and multiple attempts to develop the field.
damn, dude, they're gonna carve that shit up. They're just
Yeah.
gonna,
And so think about it. If you're able to get a foothold into Somalia, that's another way to get over to that.
and there's also a genocide in Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that whole area, dude.
Think about it. Well, if you remember what I showed in that clip, starting the show, the
Hmm.
seven nations.
Is that the one where some U.S. official was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to war with these seven."
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah, he kind of said it the quiet part out loud or something.
Yep.
And what were those seven?
Um,
Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan.
listen, here it is: Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Iran.
Damn,
By
dude.
golly, there's conflicts going on in all of those somehow.
Man, I can't even imagine. And then the Congo, everything's. It might be a little unrelated, but I mean, there is genocide going on. But I think that's more. What's the resource they got? What's cobalt and cobalt? Yeah,
Now, you know what cobalt's for?
e-cig batteries and or
Battery.
just batteries.
Now, if
Bro, like
you
I'm
start going into
fighting.
you want to start going into more supercomputers and you want to start going into AI and AGI, you're going to need some cobalt
Really?
along with semiconductors.
Right. Yeah, dude, I've been struggling to quit vaping for years, and I do good for a few weeks, but man, like I definitely like to drink here and there, and like I have to smoke if I'm
Well, they
drinking.
got
Like,
that one thing that you can try. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not actually tobacco. Um, it's supposed to be just flavored air. You could probably try that.
yeah, I should look into that, but I just try and think
Or
of like,
something like that because I quit smoking some years back, and um, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, but technically I'm not smoking tobacco or anything.
hmm
It's just flavored air, and I'm like, interesting. I could try that.
yeah, but it's just like the batteries and just thinking about where they
No, no,
come
no. There's,
from. And,
there's no batteries involved in this.
oh, okay, flavored air. Oh shit, yeah, it's like air.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no batteries involved, no sparking anything.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna look into this
Mm-hmm.
with air. Very
It
cool,
was,
very cool.
I saw that they were like it's a good thing for people who like to smoke, and also you don't have like this secondhand smoke thing coming out or anything or to deal with.
Hmm. Miguel says Chantix.
I can't remember what I think the thing is called Mist or something that I saw. Some content creator I saw was advertising it.
But but yeah, Black Hawk Down, like we were talking about Somalia. Like dude, in high school that movie was like so dope. Just the army training and like the music
Yeah,
and like the
to see the
action, like
practical
so
side of
cool.
it, and it's all cool to see the, you know, I get it. I mean,
But it's like, dude, it's all bullshit.
like the movie was a little bit more traumatic, I guess, for me.
Some
Like
dudes get hit bad. Yeah, one guy got shot in the neck and
Saving
shit.
Private Ryan. It's the same thing with Private Ryan. I mean, I remember a lot of the guys that I used to hang out with, they had a projector and they used to watch this like they only had like three movies. And like it was like Black Hawk Down, Saving Private
Oh
Ryan, and like something else. And I'm like, oh god,
no,
why do I have to keep watching these movies on a loop? Like
no
enough,
sir.
enough.
Saving Private Ryan. There's just one content creator who did a deep dive, and in that movie, dude, it's always the Americans getting brutalized. Like the Germans, they might get shot here and there, but they are not getting brutalized, dude. They don't get it bad. Like the U.S. guys have their guts are just everywhere, like the blood spraying. It's always like the
Well,
Americans.
it's to make you have sympathy for our troops
Yeah, dude.
and
Like,
desensitize you to violence happening to other troops. I mean, one of the things which I brought up, especially because I just talked about recently with Teal, we talked about the monster, the Ed Gein story. Um,
uh-huh.
and that's one kind of thing which I started thinking about, like the reason why there is a big like love of horror movies in general and horror related things is because of the projection, the way filmmakers have done it. If you look back to the movie Psycho,
Mm-hmm.
it was filmed from, even though he's the antagonist, he was filmed as a protagonist at the same time because you're getting everything from his perspective. And it's because of the mommy issues and all that, it's
Mm-hmm.
allowing the audience to be sympathetic towards the person who's the aggressor and almost making it's almost like the defense attorney got to tell the story without the prosecution getting their chance. And
Oh.
and so if you told more movies from the perspective of the victims, another thing like what was her name? Susan Lee or Samantha Lee or whatever, her character when she gets killed off first thing in Psycho, uh it almost kind of makes it as just this singular act where you granted the sister does come looking for, but you don't have this everybody is all broken up because she's gone. You don't have like how her life was stolen away. It doesn't really make her the victim. She's a victim as in you see violence happening, but what's taken away from her? What's taken away
Mm.
from her family? What's taken away from her friends? When they frame movies from the vantage point, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he's going out there and doing all these horrific things to other people, it's making them like it's desensitizing us to the point of they're just a number to be taken out.
Oh
This is,
shit.
this is just a body count for us to get rid of. And so it desensitizes you to the loss of life and the suffering of these people and makes you more sympathetic to this killer. Oh, it's amazing. Jason, look how he killed these people in all these different ways.
Very, very interesting.
When it's
Very
like,
interesting.
that's so, it's such a backwards way of looking at the movie
Very
versus
cool.
Versus when we look at something psychologically from the news is showing it from, oh, well, this mother of three found dead, and you don't know anything about the person who necessarily did it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know about the act. So it allows you to be more sympathetic to the victim and have the righteous outrage you should towards the perpetrator.
Mm.
But
Weird.
movies invert that paradigm so much of the time.
That's crazy to think about. That's a good perspective. I remember some director from like I don't know, some European country. I can't even remember, but he said something like, "Yeah, American films, so many people die, and like in my movies, there's just that one person die. It's like
Mhm.
that's the whole movie." And he
Yeah,
was so befuddled, like they don't give a fuck. You can kill like 50 people, like oh, it's just a little
mhm,
body count.
exactly.
So,
And that's like, even with the whole Ed Gein thing, Ed Gein admits to killing two people.
mm,
Um, and he admits to digging up nine people. Um, now,
here, I'm gonna
could
go
it?
pee real quick, but I'll
Sure,
keep listening. Yeah,
sure.
let's turn my mic up.
So, though his acts that he did are horrific enough, we could just spend time focusing on what he does to these people, to the two women that he killed, and that impact that it had on the family, what they're thinking about when she's not coming home. I mean, the first lady, it almost like boom, he kills her, he drags her away, boom, we skip past it. We don't even think about what happened to this lady. We don't even think about her anymore. It's on to the next person. And like pacing wise, I would say, like if I was being like a real critic of it, pacing was not good because even the next lady who we killed, Mrs. Borden, shoots her through the back of the head, just like it really happened. But it goes skips straight ahead to now she's being found. It doesn't really showcase the horrific things that he's doing to her body. And I feel like if you just want to do it from a horror feel, um, take a note from take a note from Alfred Hitchcock, because he made you like see the violence and have to feel it and internalize it. Now, if you're watching, even if even though it's a dead body, if you're watching him like they show like a couple of fingernails on a table, but when they actually went into the real house, he had like a bin like this big, full of fingernails and toenails
Mm,
that he meticulously plucked out.
ugh, yikes.
he he was very very meticulous on how he cut around the hairlines of the face almost like a surgeon was and peeled back the skin and delicately slicing the skin off of the face and
Mm-hmm.
techniques to preserve it. And I think if you're going from just a horror appeal, that's far more terrifying and creepy if you showed all that,
Mm-hmm.
even though he's doing it on a dead body. The fact of it was believed, some people believe that he engaged in cannibalism, necrophilia. If you would have showed some of that stuff, then it would have gave the feel of, oh my God, he's a true monster. And so when they have that scene where he's dancing around with the dress on and in the face, it really scares the crap out of you a whole lot more than this looking like, oh, da, 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 I'm just dancing around the living room and I'm a little loopy. No, it's like, no, this is a real fucking cycle. This person is insane, completely insane. But it kind of romanticizes it. And the fact of casting somebody like Charlie Hunnam, which Charlie Hunnam did a great job, except for the voice. The voice was ugh. But by having somebody who's a beloved character from other things, which he already has a fan base of women who already find him gorgeous and attractive, they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though he's playing a horrific person. And so that's going to soften the pill also. The
Mm.
fact of showing his nude chiseled body a couple of times, that's going to appeal to the sex appeal in some of these women and to desensitize them even more to the horrificness of this crime. Granted, Charlie Hunnam is not very far off from the age, which because Ed Gein was captured at 51 and Charlie Hunnam is like 45, 46.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's a youthful 45, 46, it doesn't work. You need to find somebody who looks like a rough 51. Somebody who's 51 look like they're going on 58. Because that's how he looked. Also, I felt like it would have, like, they didn't even bring up anything about that he was bullied. So if you did want to make the audience more sympathetic to Ed Gein and see him more as a human and not just a monster, there's ways you could have did that, and there's ways you could have showed him being terrifying and horrific at the same time. I just felt like they didn't do that. And that's a critique that I have with a lot of filmmaking, whereas they romanticize the villain a little too much. But sometimes you have an actor who's good enough at still being able to convey that terror, like Heath Ledger did with the Joker. He gave you a mix of, oh my God, this acting is so brilliant because he's charismatic and he's terrifying, he's dangerous at the same time, and he gives you all of these different things. But it's mostly conveyed on Heath Ledger to do that because the way he's written to just be crazy and funny. Ha ha ha, but he was doing horrific things and he gave you that feel of terror.
He was good, yeah.
That's for me, I always said growing up, if I was to do any Batman movie, the character which I would do the Scarecrow. And it disappointed me so much when I saw Batman Begins and they used Scarecrow in the way they used him.
I didn't read the comics, so I knew nothing about him, but being tripped out and looking at that thing seemed messed up.
He was a little bit more cartoonish kitty. If I would have did him, you all would have been fucking terrified. I'm just telling you that. You would have been terrified at what I would have came up with.
What's like his shtick, like in the comic books? Like, what's his power?
He is a former psychiatrist who loses his mind.
Oh shit!
And he gets hold of this gas that is able to enact your worst fears.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so he has a little device in his sleeve where he can just and that gets into your system. Now, granted, the crazy part about it is this gas actually comes from Wayne Enterprises. It was supposed to be meant for the military, but somehow he gets a hold of it.
Damn. Yeah, that sounds pretty terrifying.
Oh, the stuff that I would have been doing would have been like, we got to make this a rated R Batman. Not rated R for nudity, but just for like violence and like disturbing scenes.
Disturbing as fuck, yeah.
Yeah. The stuff I would have put in that, I'm telling you, stuff I would put in that movie.
Man, Jacob's Ladder, I don't know, the one with Tim Robbins, I think it was like 1990. That was disturbing. There's some visuals were really messed up in that one.
I'll tell you a movie that stuck with me that was very disturbing. Was it Prince of Tides? It's a Robin Williams movie?
Prince of Tides.
No, it's not Robin Williams. Who is
1991 film? Nick Nolte?
Nick Nolte. Yes. That movie messed me up for a while after.
Barbra Streisand? Interesting.
Yes. Nick Nolte, just to set it up for you, Nick Nolte actually, his sister, who had been having like all of these episodes and stuff and been going to counseling for all these years. I'm blanking a little. I think she either dies from cancer or commits suicide, something like that. Anyway, Barbra Streisand, who's the therapist, wants to talk to Nick Nolte, her brother. And so while he's having sessions with her, he's slowly divulging their childhood.
Mm.
And you understand why she was so messed up.
Mm.
And then it finally comes, like, some of the stuff he had repressed memories. And through those therapy sessions comes the true thing of what happened to them comes out.
Shit.
It's deep the way that story is written, I'm telling you.
Tides.
And that's one thing I loved about old movie. This is the way it versus the new movies, in which people who are under the age of probably 35, they're probably going to disagree with this. But older movies, the way that they did older movies, it felt slow. It felt slow, but as you got older, you understood why they were doing it. It'll start off with a guy coming into a diner and first thing, getting his breakfast, be going to work. Hey, Julie, how you doing? How's the kids? This and that. He walks out, goes across the street, getting flowers and all that stuff. Leaves, goes where. Then it hops over to somebody else that you see. It doesn't seem like any of this stuff is connected. No connective tissue at all. Until later on when the things start to happen. And the reason why people will critique horror movies and all that now is because you have no connection to the characters. When they do all of this stuff that seems like it's benign and makes no sense, it's introducing you to the character. It's showing them as a person. Hey, they had friends, they had people that cared about them, they had things they like to do. They were a three-dimensional character.
Yeah.
So then when stuff happens to them, now you feel bad about it because you got to know them. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I was about to ask. You don't think? Yeah, I really can't think they do that anymore. Like torture porn, gore porn, shit like
Yeah,
that, man.
it's all
I'm not
about
into
the gore.
that.
It's all about the gore. What messed up crazy way can I disturbingly kill this person? That's
Yeah,
what
dude.
now.
Yeah.
Like I tell you, The Blacklist is one of my favorite shows to watch because of James Spader's dialogue.
Is he like an arms dealer or something?
He's an arms dealer, exactly.
I saw like a trailer and or maybe one episode, but yeah.
Now I want to shout out this person here, and I'm gonna play this so you guys can hear it. But this one guy, he does a voiceover of Mark Hamill's Joker versus Raymond Reddington. And I want you to hear the dialogue to how I guess if you're sophisticated, like I'm not going to say sophisticated. I don't want to denigrate other people and make it feel like I'm insulting, but this is, for me, this is the kind of like actually, you know what, this will do. I'll play a little short clip of Raymond Reddington so you can hear the actual voice, and then I'll play the back and forth that the guy who does the impersonation, and he goes by Blood underscore Rush, which Blood is spelled BLUDD underscore Rush. So let me turn the volume up and give you, James Spader as Raymond Reddington.
As bad as you may think I am, as far as you think I'm willing to go to protect that which I hold most dear, you can't possibly fathom how deep that well of mine truly goes.
So that was a short snippet, because he gives these monologues a lot of times when he's face to face with somebody, and I miss these great monologues. Here, this is him doing the joke. Well, he's going to set it up himself. And I'll send this one to you just so you can check it out yourself and check out his channel. He does some good stuff. But this is by Blood Rush.
Oh, Big Red, we had a deal, remember? You being the king, me the prince. Charming little blood pact. You run your empire, I run my circus. No stepping on toes, no burning each other's clowns, and yet here we are. You look upset. You lose something? A crate, a friend, your sense of humor, maybe. You know what's funny? People like you think deals are just words. They think promises are playthings. But deals, real ones, they're architecture. Pillars in the quiet chaos of our little world. You break them, and buildings collapse. Empires rot. And people vanish. I've made deals in jungles with men who slit throats for sport. I've shared cigars with warlords who laugh when their daughters starve. But they kept their word, because they understood something you never will. The weight of trust is heavier than any weapon. You dance around like a rat on amphetamines, giggling through the rubble you make, and for what? A punchline? A punchline with teeth? You once asked me why I don't laugh anymore. Why I don't wear purple or paint smiles on the dead. And I told you, I don't need theatrics to burn down the world. Let me tell you something I learned years ago in a little village outside of Bamako. A man I trusted sold me out for a goat in a prayer. I spent 2 days crawling through brush, a bullet in my leg, and malaria chewing through my brain. And you know what I realized during those last minutes, when I thought death was inching toward me on its belly? The devil doesn't come dressed in horns and hooves. He comes with a grin and a handshake and a deal. And you broke ours. I guess every king's got to kill a jester eventually. Just don't forget, Red. Even ashes can smile. Believe me, there's no one smiling here today.
So what do you
Damn.
think of that?
Damn, some good voice acting. I know that. What was the first one was the Blacklist, and what was the second one? What was the?
That was here. I'm sending this one to you now. This was it was the Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker.
Mark Hamill. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Because a lot of people forget, like, yes, the same Mark Hamill who played Luke Skywalker did the voice of the Joker on the cartoon.
Yeah, and I did play 2 of the 3 Batman games for PS3, and he did the Joker on that one, and that's one of the things that stood out to me. He was a really good voice actor
Mm-hmm.
on those games. He did Joker really, really well.
Yeah, I wanted to share that because to me that's more terrifying than just showing, Jason or Michael or Freddy just chopping up bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's about that insecurity of your safety
Mm-hmm.
before the actual event happens.
Gotcha.
And so
And
I feel like they missed a lot of the dialogue. Because think about it, when it comes down to it, in a movie, taking a life should have the weight of what something like that does to a real person. Even if it's somebody who's horrific. It's not something that should be easy for the average person to do.
dude,
Yeah.
I definitely watched some horror movies, and I've never gotten into the Friday the 13th, the Jason series. I might have seen the first one, that's it, years ago. And I asked people, like, so what's the best one? It's October, I want to watch one. They're like, the fourth one, probably. And I put that on, and it was just the worst dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Zero character development. But Tom Savini did the makeup and special effects. And, like, the kills are pretty good, whatever. But it's like, I'm tired of this, man. Like, I just couldn't. I don't think I just had 20 minutes to go and I couldn't finish it. So just the worst dialogue, dude. Just like they were just trying to get to the next kill, you know.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that's what you start to feel, especially the more you watch these movies. Um, you're like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing here. This is the same that what was done there. Let's okay, I see what you're doing, and you realize that there's no weak. There's the reason why storylines a lot of times in these older ones fail so miserably because everybody in these movies are the dumbest people alive.
oh my god, they trip, fall, they don't see it coming. This guy's wearing in disguise. They don't catch him. Oh my.
Yeah, they don't do anything which anybody with common sense would do. Now, if you made it in a situation, but to make up for it, even if it's something where okay, they luckily got out of it, they don't make it in a way where it makes sense. They just automatically the easy escape is let's just give the villain superpowers. Yeah, Jason is just even though we saw him walking and walking, and you can look back and he's a half a block away. Somehow he's just going to be ahead of you, and it's like, what is he sprinting off camera? I mean, is he fucking Usain Bolt when the camera's not looking? I mean, what the fuck is going on? Can this motherfucker teleport? Like, if he got some extra powers, tell us. Or how about this? Explain shit. I hate these movies where okay, he's just started off as a regular man. Now he has superpowers and he's came back from the dead. So even though you burned him, shot him, stabbed him, cut his head off, we're not going to explain how this motherfucker just keeps coming back.
If they explain the rules of why he did something outrageous, but then they're consistent, okay, cool. Like you explain it to me and you stay within those guidelines, those rules. That's cool. But yeah, sometimes they just like, what? He did that how? Like I
Yeah,
hate that, man.
I think that's
Don't
why
like that.
like, the Saw movies for a little while worked for a lot of people.
Yeah, I haven't seen one, man. I think I tried that first,
None of
but
them? At
no,
least,
no,
at least
I
see the
just don't
first.
like that kind of.
At least see the first one. I'm not a horror. I'm not a horror person at all.
Mhm.
Horror is not my favorite genre at all. I'll watch something if I think it's really well made.
Mhm.
But the reason why with Saw is because it's like, all right, this dude going a little far in my opinion. After these people, I mean, dude, the really really harsh judgment on these people, yes, but the way everything is set up, it would have to be set up by somebody that's really intelligent, and the reactions of people put into these circumstances feel more realistic. Like you trying to really figure out, okay, what the heck do I do in this circumstance? How do I get out of this? Whereas some of these, it just feels so dumb. Like the Final Destination, a lot of this stuff feels like it's just idiotic people in some of these circumstances. And Saw, it feels like you're in a really fucked up situation, and there's not very many good options. And it's gonna because of the pressure of the situation, all these moving parts going on. It's easy for somebody in a panic in that fight or flight mode to miss key details.
Yeah, dude, you're like in a car near a car accident. That next 30 seconds, I'm just like, I can't remember nothing. I can't think straight. In the heat of a moment of things, yeah, I can't imagine.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean my favorite genre, and I always do good with a good action revenge flick. I
That's what's
mean,
up.
I like when somebody's been done wrong, and now they're going to get recompense. And
Like,
so,
it's like the John Wick movies.
oh yeah, John Wick was completely in my wheelhouse.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
I mean, so in that, when you brought up the old martial arts movies, oh man, I used to watch all of those back in the day.
Dude, they got some revenge shit, man. China or Hong
Killed
Kong,
your brother,
Korea,
you killed their
Japan.
teacher, you killed their father. I mean, sometimes it's like you literally stole their identity, or you stole all their wealth and took their lands, and now they're like in servitude over here, and now they got to work to build their way back up. Iron Man, Man in the Iron Mask style, or like the Count of Monte Cristo or something like that. It's like I like
You
a
got the
sophisticated plot.
montage of them building themselves back up. I love a good montage.
Yes, I love it. I mean, I've watched all the movies that are in the whole Rocky, I'm big on if I watch one or two of them, I'm more than likely going to watch them all, unless it just gets too horrific, you know.
Yeah.
Even some of the ones where it's like, okay, this is silly at this point. Like I've watched all the Fast and Furious. It got silly. Like, okay, Dominic Toretto is like lifting a Mustang off the ground while it's on its side by one hand. Okay, all right. But I'm too far invested, so I gotta finish them. I'm
Sure, it's
just.
a good popcorn movie,
I mean, you gotta have some of those movies where it's escape from reality in a sense.
For sure, for sure.
So I mean, that's how I am with like television. Like, I loved Game of Thrones
Mm.
because also for somebody whose mind is all over the place, I'm able to have, okay, I got this drama going over here, and I got this going on over there, and that's going over there, and they're screwing each other over there. Then this is going to screw that person to that person over here, and then this is going to connect to that over here. I love the intricacy and like intelligent story design. I don't care how complex it gets.
Yeah, there's some political machinations or double crossing, plotting.
hmm So I
Definitely
mean,
like that.
it's good stuff. I mean, I just wish that, and that's the reason why I use Sinner as the backdrop on this. I want to see more movies where directors are given free range to make original content. I don't want to see. Granted, I know I'm going to go watch it, so don't hit me too bad for being a hypocrite. But I don't really want to see Tron Ares.
I don't either.
You don't need to make that movie.
I don't like Jared Leto, and just when I saw the first Tron, I, I saw it years later because I was born in '87. I think that was like '84 or something. But it was cool to like smoke a little joint and watch that. This shit was kind of trippy. It's like, hey, this is
Yeah.
cool, man. This is like these neon colors and like they're in a video game. But
Not even like Tron, the second Tron,
yeah, the second one was pretty decent.
but
But
this
yeah, I'm not into this.
I'm not for it. I'm not interested. I'm like, stop making reboots on shit every 5 minutes. Like, I don't like the fact they're making a reboot of Running Man. I hate that.
I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. I mean, I guess they're due, right? It's been like 30 years, right?
You could. There's so many new ideas. There's so much shit out there. Like,
Yeah.
if you gave, I put it this way: if there's any like Hollywood person out there who ever runs across this, and you can get a hold of me, I got like 3 or 4 things which I've like have outlines for that I always say, oh, I'm going to write this eventually, that I never get around to, that are completely different ideas than anything that you guys have out there. And I guarantee you, it would be far more interesting than a lot of this crap that's coming out. I won't say it on here because I don't want somebody to steal my ideas. Because I've had so many things that I've thought about that, like, I would put this in a movie, I would put that in a movie, and then later on, I saw a movie with that very thing in it, show that I wasn't the only person who saw it and thought that way. Like, the one that blows my mind the most is I said that if I was making a movie, one of the final action scenes that I would use this particular song. In Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li, they literally use that
Mystical.
song. Yes, they use that song.
Bitches on it, bro. That's one of my favorite fight scenes, man. Like
They use that, and exactly when that elevator hops on and they play Mystical Fever, I'm like,
that's a needle drop, bro.
Oh, you motherfuckers, you stole my shit.
He kicks the button and short circuits it, and it shuts. And then as soon as it shuts, it's like ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Shit,
When
that's crazy.
I was sitting in the movie theater and I saw that, my jaw said,
Bro, that was a
How the
fight.
how I I remember I was thinking of a character and I was like I kind of was thinking about James Bond and then I started thinking about something like another spy who's not James Bond, a black British person. And at that time I couldn't really think of any black British actors. So I was like, you know who I would use as a dope actor? And I was like, I bet he could probably do some fight scenes too. Don Cheadle.
Mm.
What did I see a few years later? Don Cheadle is playing a British character in Ocean's 11.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And I can go down the list ideas that I had that I was like, I would put this into a movie, I put that into a movie, and I kept seeing them over and over and over. Ideas that I had.
Man.
Fuck, somebody like just listening in on my ass or something. Like,
Hey, Patriot Act 20
like
years ago.
I even remember in like this would have been how old was I? About 9. So we're talking about in 1990, talking about fast forward and rewinding TV.
VHS tapes, beta tapes, yeah.
Well, no, I was like, man, I don't know why we can't just fast forward through commercials.
Oh right, yeah, because
And everybody's
we did not have that. You're right. You're right. You're right.
What are you talking about? And I was like, well, think about it. If we get the TV guides at the grocery store and it has all the programming for a month out, then that means that this is already pre-recorded. It's already not that's pre-recorded, but all this stuff is already put out on a loop. There's no reason why somebody couldn't just fast forward through some of this stuff.
What's that shit, TiVo? What's that
And
shit
then
called?
TiVo came out like 8 years later.
Oh man, I was I don't think I had one. I think I had like DirecTV, and years later they kind of came up with their own shtick. But yeah, that was pretty revolutionary.
I mean, another idea that I had. I said that for some of the gunfight scenes, I would film those using using live ammunition. And so if you put the cameras and stuff this way, filming back towards, and make sure that there's no personnel on the other side, you would have the reactions of the full recoil and stuff.
Oh,
They did that later on with Miami Vice, the one with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell.
I love Michael Mann, the director, man. I love Heat. I love that director's one of my favorites. But
I love Heat, but there's one problem I have with the movie Heat.
Val Kilmer gets away.
No,
Okay.
he shouldn't have got away. I have a problem with how the fuck Al Pacino caught Robert De Niro in the end. That's bullshit. There's no way he would have fucking found him running through the fucking flight line.
I mean, he sees him run through those like big generators, and he just got lucky. Like,
Yeah,
De Niro thought he had the jump, but you know that
But I'm
plane. He
saying
should
that-
have had like the plane. I don't know. Like,
I'm
there's
saying
so
more
many
than
lights.
likely, once he got running through there, he had enough of a head start that I don't see how he would have caught up to him unless he just said, you know what, I'm not going to run anymore. I'm just going to sit and wait here, hiding for him to come. Why fucking hide? If you were smart enough to figure all these other things out and know whenever you feel the heat to pick up and fucking go in 5 minutes, why would you wait and hide for the motherfucker to catch up with you?
That's true, man. And I think he looked at his girlfriend. Literally 30 seconds. People say you can get it down to the second, and he dipped, but I'd have
Yeah.
waited a little too long. I don't know.
I
But-
mean, or here's another thing. If you're that smart and you do want that guy taken out, you know he's probably going to go into WITSEC or whatever. More than likely, he's not going to go into WITSEC. More than likely, he's going to go into a prison and get moved around a bunch of times. If you are a former ex-con, you're going to know people, and you're going to find a way to get to this dude if you want him that badly. With that amount of money you had, you could have found him and got him killed later.
Yeah.
But I get it. For the intents of the movie, you had to get him and he had to die. But I would have made Al Pacino catching him not as. I would have made it a little bit more realistic. Where okay, yeah, he just got the drop on him. He got him, and not that he just made a mental error at the end when he had been brilliant this whole time. I mean, it's the same thing with that Benicio del Toro movie where he's tracking people, and it's like, dude, real tracking does not work that way. This is real. This is not realistic at all. This is ridiculous.
Tracking through
It's it was
the drug trafficking movie or jungle or forest.
he's like tracking somebody, and I think it was Tommy Lee Jones was like his
Yeah, yeah, Hunted or they were
Hunted.
knife
Yeah.
fighting and shit. I've never seen that, dude. I
I'm
need to
like,
see that
come
one.
on, dude. We can't. Come on, you can't have these people this brilliant and this talented, and then just turn into idiots in the last couple of minutes of a movie.
Damn, that sucks.
And I get it. Sometimes you spend so much time perfecting and making this work, and then you get the studio execs on your head like, "Hey, wrap it up."
Wrap that shit up, B.
So
Chappelle Show.
exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
I knew the reference, but I think that's kind of some of the stuff that frustrates me when they do that.
Did you see that Ice-T movie? Where rich white people were hunting him, surviving the game.
Yes,
Like
Surviving the Game is such a great movie. Such a great movie. It's so
I don't know. I don't remember much, but I know that that's all about tracking.
it's so
shit.
it's so underrated. It's almost like a poor man's Running Man.
Okay, yeah, okay. That was a good cast, though.
Because they actually like let him get into shape. They like feed him good. They put him on the treadmill. They're like, yo, we want a good hunt.
Man.
We don't want no lazy hunt. We don't want to kill you in 2 minutes. We want you to run.
Yeah, dude. There was like good cast on that one.
But in that idea, that's almost another recycle because you had Running Man, you had Hard Target, where that was a similar situation.
Oh, I love Hard Target because that was John Woo's first, man. That was his first break for Hollywood, or his first foray. And John Claude, he's more of like a gymnast, but he's got enough charm for me, and he can really kick. So
no, he's a legit martial artist. I mean, he actually did compete.
Oh.
He did actually compete in France. Won a couple of trophies and championships.
Interesting. Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
Now it's Steven Seagal that's the fake martial artist.
Bro, what a he sucks, dude. Like, okay, there's a couple early '90s stuff.
It's
in
a
his
couple I'll
peak.
give him that I'm not gonna lie. I love the movies at the time. Some of them looking back on it is like it's not as strong now. Like
Pretty basic cop procedural hunting. Yeah, like detective catching the drug lord and doing like police work.
Even Mark for Death. Mark for Death was one of my favorite Steven Seagal. But when I go back and look at it, like some of it was a little cheesy with like breaking the arms and stuff like that. Didn't look very real.
Yeah.
But
No charisma.
But what carried that movie for me though was Basil Wallace, who plays Screwface.
Oh, the main villain.
The main villain.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. He was good.
He was like, "Who do we win? White boy, hotcha."
Man, yeah, he was good, man. He was really good. That was a good villain. But Seagal and just that stupid, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
you need to cut out any Seagal running scenes out of your movies. Like, no.
It's like
no, don't show him running.
Man, and yeah, just there's some YouTube videos of him throwing dudes. It looks so staged, and he tried to be a musician, and like he released this like pseudo reggae album.
Oh yeah,
one of them titled like the Punani or Give Me the Punani. It's like really embarrassing, but he has this big ego off screen, just a douche on and off the screen, man.
Well, yeah, I've heard that. Now he did use one of my ideas. I guess that was an idea that I had in my head. He was already doing it, but not doing it in the way I would have like directed it. Like I was like, you know what? In some of these fight scenes, why don't we get like real fighters, real stuntmen, and then actually connect with the punches so the punches look more realistic? Now, of course, I'm saying connect at like 25%, 50%, not going full speed, where Steven Seagal was like, it's supposed to be like a stage, and and he's like fully just fucking pow, just cracking people.
Just pissing people off on
Oh,
set.
he was injuring people, like for real, injuring people.
I think
Michael J. White was
Michael
telling.
J. White. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was gonna say, dude. And that guy is a true professional, dude. He just
Mhm.
looks like a great dude, and he was like, "Dude, stop fucking hitting me, bro."
Yeah,
Oh my
it's funny.
god.
I've heard some MMA fighters like kind of talk a little trash about Michael J. But I've also seen other UFC fighters who have learned things from him. So you can't tell me everything he's doing out there is BS if actual real MMA fighters are taking lessons from him.
Yeah, I think he knows what's up. Seagal's a fraud, but Jay White is definitely not a fraud. Jay White knows what's up.
I mean, and
Dude.
one other one, I got to double check. I don't know. I think I suggested this one to you a while back, so I got to see if you did your homework. Did you ever go see The Raid?
Yes, yeah, I got the Blu-ray, man. Those Indonesian, that whole crew, man, the whole
Yeah.
stuntmen and fighters, they have their own. I'm not good with like,
Well, no,
what do you
they have
call
a
it?
company kind of like what Jet Li did with Sammo Hung.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah. I mean, not Jet Li, but that's what I meant. Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung and all the guys who were a part of what was it, Golden Harvest Productions.
Yeah, and like, there's some brutal deaths, but at least it's quick and it's over. It's not drawn out like torture porn or
Well,
some
it's
shit.
more
Like,
realistic. Like, you hit somebody in some of those ways, they're not getting back up.
smashing dudes through doors and
You're not stabbing somebody like 4 or 5 times. And I mean, granted, you can do that and they can get back up, but when you're stabbing with the force that he was doing and hitting vital organs, even if they survive, they're not getting back up.
mm-mm. No, sir. The Raid 2 is maybe almost just as good, but definitely worth checking out.
I say well, yeah. I was gonna say I don't know if the story was quite as well, but I thought about the story was kind of very minimal in the first one, but
Yeah, you're just trapped in a apartment building. Yeah.
it's more kind of like a survival situation. You
Hmm.
don't really need the writing. It's like you've walked into a hornet's nest. Now you got to find the hell. How the fuck are you gonna get out of this?
Yeah, dude, they are trapped. They are screwed. There's a bunch of dudes, like the most dirt bags, just scum, just ready
Oh,
to kill
especially
them.
when he tells him, he's like, "Yo, well, I see we have some intruders. Anybody who comes out and partakes in getting rid of this infestation has a free rent for life."
Oh man. Oh yeah, he gets the whole tenants.
He gets the whole building to just go after them.
Dude, yeah, that's a great rack right there. That's a really good one.
Yeah, so I mean, I know I held you for a little over 2 hours. And I got to hit a lot of points. And I know I pushed it later for you. I apologize because had all my stuff going on. But I loved this. This was so much fun.
Yeah, like you open the show like we're at a bar, just talking,
I
see
want
where
to
it
do this.
goes.
I want to do this again. I mean, and anytime, I don't know, we'll plan it one of these times. I mean, granted, I know it's a little tougher since I'm on the West Coast and my time it throws everything off because I'm just getting off work and it's already getting late for a lot of people. But I don't know. We can work it out one of these days. I
Oh
could
man, yeah.
love to come to your channel and we can nerd out on some movies, or we can even. Actually, what I want to do one of these times is since I know you do, since I know you do reviews and stuff like that too. Um, oh, wait a minute. That's an idea. I got an idea, folks.
Hey,
Got an
don't let
idea.
them start cooking.
I know that Tuesday we're going to go see Black Phone 2.
I didn't see the first one.
You didn't? Oh my goodness! You gotta go see
Yona in the chat's like, bro, you don't see the movies. I've
the
said that a
first
lot.
one. The first one is good. I give it credit. It gives me a throwback to some of the old school type movies, and it's a little creepy also because of the fact of growing up in the 80s. A lot of people don't realize like that was a very scary time to be a kid, even though we didn't know it. Like
Mm,
the amount of kids that got kidnapped during the 80s was insane.
damn.
Like I'm telling you, you look it up, it is mind-boggling. It's like, yo, we were running around outside playing and didn't realize when they were talking about watch out for the man in the fucking white van that was like fucking for real. Like they was really snatching kids up back then. I mean,
Epstein network in the early days.
yeah, like kids couldn't put on milk cartons. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I remember the milk
That
cartons.
was a thing.
Yeah, I remember when they put kids on milk cartons back in the day. And this kind of is set roughly in that time period. And he's like prototypically in my head what I would imagine that dude to kind of be like.
Mm.
But I'm telling you, go check out Black Phone. At least watch the first one. And then since it just came out, I want to say Thursday. Um, I
Gotcha.
said, of course, give the audience, everybody some time to go and check it out. Uh, I now recently have the ability to stream live on TikTok, so
Oh, nice, man.
I may do a live stream. I'm trying to figure out what's my first live stream going to be on TikTok, and how do I be careful with TikTok because I know it's so much different than these other platforms. But I'm going to do one of those eventually, and I think I might do some of my movie reviews on TikTok.
Nice.
Do like a talk about it, and then probably do a video, and then upload the videos onto here. I see people asking to do him. I guess if you really want me to do him, who asked for him?
I don't know. That was earlier in the chat. I forgot who said that.
Oh, you said you should game with him. I'm not really a gamer like that. I don't even have a updated game system. Like I think I got a PS3 that I haven't turned on in like 5 years.
Yeah, nice.
So
Um,
I'm not really a big gamer.
it's cool, man.
Oh, Chris H asked about him. Um, if you guys want, I don't know what Ed has planned, if he plans to watch it or review of it or not. But if he's not gonna do it and you guys want me to do it, one of him, I will do my breakdown of him. Um,
Okay. You should watch One Battle After Another.
oh,
Uh,
that's on the list. I've heard so many mixed things about it already.
man, I was skeptical because like Hollywood and a Hollywood movie about revolutionaries, it's like, but nah, dude, it's thrilling, man. It's really, really thrilling. I feel like you should really check it out. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one for sure.
Cool.
It's long, but man, it's from beginning to end, it's a whole rush, dude. It's really good.
Well, I definitely will. I mean, I like the cast that they have, so I know with that cast, it's going to be some good stuff come out of it. I almost probably should have did a review of this other movie I just saw not that long ago. What is it called? It was man, it's the one of the Scars guards
Mm,
name something.
he he was acting in it.
Yeah, what is the name?
Nosferatu, I think he played the main dude.
Yeah, he
Maybe
did.
it wasn't a horror movie.
I was actually a little disappointed in that one.
It was okay. I won't watch it again, but it was all right watching theaters.
Actually, it's sad that I'm looking this movie up this way because I can't remember none of the other characters' names. But I'm looking this movie up from Bad Bunny movies
Oh damn.
because Caught Stealing.
Oh yeah, I saw that a month or so ago.
Damn, he's been in that many movies already.
Wait, caught stealing. Yeah, I did see that one.
Bad Bunny's been in 5 movies already.
Jeez.
I did not know that. I only think about him in Bullet Train, Happy Gilmore, and Caught Stealing, but Cassandro, I did not know about that. And he was in Fast Nine.
Wow.
I I remember Romeo being in there.
Are
Romeo.
you gonna see the new Rock movie where he's an MMA fighter?
I don't. That
Dude, I
movie.
can't stand The Rock, bro. I can't. They're all talking about how good his acting is. I can't. No, no. I just don't like The Rock at all, man. You can't tell me he put in a good performance. I can't believe it.
Nina,
But
what? She said, I make her, Marcus, you make me want to throw my phone. Why? What did I do this time? What did I do?
I
Uh,
missed that.
yeah, I, I,
I like a
there's
sports
only
movie.
there's only
Any
one
given
possible.
Sunday? You like Any Given Sunday?
I love Any Given Sunday is my top
They do the
football.
shark thing.
That's my top football movie.
Me too, man. I quote that. I can quote the whole thing.
The After that, my next football movie is The Program.
Man, I remember that had some. I like it. It had some bad sound editing though, just the way they ADR some things, like
Yeah.
the hits and the cheering on the field. But yeah, that was gnarly, dude. That roided up dude, like going hitting his head through freaking car
Oh,
windows. They're like, we should test this guy.
oh, that's what she said. She wants to see me play games. Um,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe one day if I get a game system. I guess I never understood the gaming content creator side of things because I've never really watched people play games like that. So I guess it doesn't click to me that it is entertaining for people to watch gaming. Um,
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk some old games you used to play and just
that's the
review
thing.
some stuff, that's cool.
I played so much. I was so active. Like I played like at some point at high school, I played basketball, football, wrestled, ran track, was on the baseball team, tennis team, did
Damn.
PC, was part of FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, did color guard, ROTC color guard, and drill team.
Damn. Yeah, you don't got
Um,
time for nothing.
and I was in and I did band. So I did symphonic band, orchestra, and I
What'd
was
you play?
trumpet.
I played trombone in middle school, but I got one like 5 years ago, and I'm really trying to practice with it to
In middle school, I
get
played
back.
tuba a little bit also, but off and on, I played drums too.
Nice, nice.
So with all those different things I was doing, I didn't play very many games. Like I was like one of my few friends that never beat Super Mario Brothers or the first Mario Brothers on Nintendo.
Dang.
I was like the only one that never beat it.
I mean, if you're young and you get to the later stages, it gets pretty hard, you know.
And then I played like Duck Hunt. That was my game. Duck Hunt, Gotcha, Track and Field. And
Yeah.
then I played Madden, but I always sucked at Madden.
Yeah.
I was not good enough to like want to really play. So, in fact, unless I played in like what was that, a career mode or whatever that they had, where you can go through the draft and whatever and be an athlete. And so, I would do it and it's weird. I could never play it as the positions I played in football.
Mm.
I did it as a running back. And so
Yeah.
even though like in football, my main position would have been being a DB, I played free safety.
Yeah, cornerback. I played I did Pop Warner in like freshman and sophomore year of high school. Cornerback and yeah, maybe safety.
I mean, I played a little bit of tight end. Well, on offense, I played tight end, and then I was like an emergency quarterback, emergency punter.
Willie Beeman.
Yeah,
Third string.
I don't know. It would have been me. I mean, always outside of like playing on like organized, like I was always the quarterback everywhere. Um,
We
but
gotta talk Any Given Sunday next time.
and even Sunday, now if they want to remake a movie Remake Any Given Sunday.
Dog,
Or
they
make a
had
version of something similar. You don't have to do exactly Any Given Sunday, but a movie in that same vein.
yeah, man, just hard hitting, realistic hits, and
Well,
I mean, it's a solid story. Yeah, just something like that.
I love that it showed the off the field how some of those players actually are. So, the same dude that they were like they need to be tested in the program. That same dude was
He was an offensive lineman.
yeah,
Yes, dude.
crazy offensive lineman. Yeah,
He had to take a dump in the stall with an IV plugged up. He's like,
yeah. He told the kicker, "Get the fuck out of here."
but dude, they had P Diddy as the quarterback, but they realized he cannot throw at all. Like he
Really?
was
So that's
so awful as an
actually
athlete. They're like, we can't do this.
he was like an agent or something in the movie, right?
Oh, Bill Bellamy's the receiver, but there's a really big time.
P Diddy, wasn't P Diddy somewhere in that movie though?
No, he wasn't.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking something.
But Willie's agent, it's another black actor who's big in sitcoms.
Dwayne Martin.
Dwayne Martin, yeah.
Oh yeah, because Dwayne Martin, he has one of my favorite basketball movies of all time.
Which
Above
one?
the Rim. Above the Rim.
Ooh.
Marlon Wayans.
I don't think I've seen that.
What?
I know.
Above the Rim. Oh wow.
Marlon Wayans, Tupac. Yeah, Tupac had a little acting gig
Bernie
there.
Mac was in there.
Wow, early Bernie Mac then.
Yeah, you had Leon.
The Jamaican, or he was in Cool Runnings, I think.
Yeah, the one who played, the one who
Rim.
was in the Cool Runnings, Leon.
Above the Rim, sport crime movie. This is a cool cast, man. It's an all black cast. This is cool.
And it started off
1994.
with that Tupac song, "Pain."
Yeah. Man, I gotta watch this, man. I like all these actors. Wood Harris?
Yeah,
Wood Harris?
Oh my God,
Wood in '94?
Crazy in that movie. He was like, "You motherfuckers got to be soldiers."
I gotta watch this, dude.
That movie he played Birdman. Oh man, that movie was a trip. They even had one of the greatest like hoop it up like real life ball players, Speedy, is in there.
I don't know who that
this
is.
kid, like if you watched Hoop It Up back in the day, like for those who don't remember what Hoop It Up or like if you didn't grow up and they didn't have Hoop It Up, what they would do is they would come to cities all over the country and they would go to like the downtown area. And like in Kansas City for us, right in front of the courthouse on the Missouri side, they would shut down the streets there and set up like courts. And so they would
like and one?
3-on-3. No, is you picked a 3-on-3 team.
It wasn't like trick plays or like
No. It was straight basketball. It was just 3-on-3.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I did not know about that.
And then they have all kind of tournaments back in the day to make big money. And then some of the people who were like some of the best like hoop it up players eventually got into like the hoop it up tournaments and got on TV and stuff.
Nice.
And so, like Speedy was like one of those like top players who would end up going national hoop it up champ every year. So like this is pre-Dayton and one.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, all I knew was and one. I didn't know.
Yeah, this is pre-Dayton and one. I mean, I used to love going to go see it every year to watch Hoop It Ups.
Man, I know we're running long, but we got to talk sports movies. But basketball for me, Blue Chips.
I put it this way: I can go as long as you want to go. I'm good because I know it's later for you over there. You said Blue Chips.
Blue Chips, basketball. I'm trying to think of basketball movies.
Blue Chips is definitely like right there. Actually, you know what? I got to be honest. Blue Chip actually does nudge out above the rim.
I mean, Nick Nolte, he just cracks me up, man.
Well,
just screaming and yelling and.
But the players, I mean, to put a young Penny Hardaway there,
Penny, Shaq.
And then I don't know who the white guy is. But he was fucking like.
I looked him up. He played like Indiana basketball, and he was really good, but he wasn't really an NBA guy.
I know. He was cooking those threes. I just think it was. I think that it was just so cool because now, granted, they couldn't remake that movie, unless they made it off of that time period because now you have the old NIL where now they're getting paid, and so.
Yeah.
But that the whole scandal about it was just crazy.
Yeah, at the end, he's just like, yeah, I mean, we just weren't good enough for you. Wasn't good enough for you or nobody. And he's like, we had a losing season. And he's like, yeah, I broke bad, so I quit.
And then they found out about the player who was shaving points and all that.
Tony,
Yeah,
Tony, open the door. Did you say points? Like, just what, coach? Just what?
but you
Just
gotta
what?
love Nick Nolte though. You gotta love Nick Nolte.
He's so good. He just fucking kicks the basketball. You son of a bitch. And he just fucking,
Well, you know what that was supposed to be a reference to him kicking the basketball.
mm-mm.
Bobby Knight.
Yeah, and he was in that movie.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a parody on him doing it because he did that in the game when he got kicked out.
Oh man.
He was like known for like throwing chairs and choking players and stuff.
And they gave him some lines. He's like, "Bullshit! Move your fat ass where you can see."
And that's
He
what I'm
looked-
saying. Nick Nolte modeled his character off of Bobby Knight.
I totally can see that, man. He
And-
Got Game was all right.
yeah, it was,
Love and Basketball. That was kind of a sweet little movie there.
I got a basketball movie I doubt you even heard of.
Okay,
The Air Up There.
dude, I had that on VHS and I never watched it as a
Really?
kid. I had it on VHS. I never watched it.
Oh man, I loved that movie back in the day.
For real.
It was
Yeah.
it was a good wholesome movie. Where for those who don't know what we're talking about, this movie's from 1994. Kevin Bacon is a basketball coach, and he goes to, I believe, Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I think it's Nigeria he goes to, and goes and gets a basketball player.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking it up. Maybe Kenya. I think it says Kenya.
Might be Kenya. Yeah,
An African guy.
I know it was Central Africa.
All right, yeah, maybe I'll give this a shot, man.
But I mean, it was a good movie back in. Now, granted, I haven't seen this movie in probably 20 years.
Whitewashing or something. But
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I like if it's 90s. I'm a 90s kid. I'll see.
It's another movie that it was fun. Of course, first Space Jam. Got to put that on the list.
I saw that in theaters, man. Everybody was hyped for that shit. Like nobody cared how bad Michael was acting, and that was just like.
Well, you're only there for the basketball anyway, so.
Yeah, they had like Bill Murray and like the dude from Seinfeld, the chubby guy.
Yeah.
Good little cast there.
Oh, then you have another Marlon. Or we talked about Marlon Wayans a lot tonight, but another Marlon
Sixth Man.
The Sixth Man. I know Marlon Wayans himself can't stand that movie. He's like, that was a garbage ass movie. But
Really?
he's like, I needed to pay the rent because I heard him say that because while he was out here, I watched Marlon stand up.
I haven't seen any of his stand up, but he's funny.
Freaking hilarious in stand up.
He's a funny dude.
Okay, it was Kenya, Miguel says. But The Air Up There was a hilarious movie. Oh, another while we're in football season, another outstanding football movie. I got to give you a 2-for-1.
Okay.
So there's two old school football movies I love. Everybody always thinks, what is it, Friday Night Lights and all that. No. I got two others that's in mind because you got to give the comedy some love. Unnecessary Roughness. And The Replacements.
Solid, and The Replacements I saw in theaters, man. That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good time. Gene Hackman is the coach, and it was a big ragtag group of actors, and who went on to do big things.
One of them, believe it or not, did. Wow. Do you know one of them is actually in prison right now for murder?
No.
Yeah.
Get out, man.
And the irony, his character was getting released from football. I mean, getting released from prison to play football.
The running back? Was it the running back?
I think he was the safety or the DB.
Mm.
What's his name? What was his name? I think he's in prison for real now.
Let me see the replacements. Cast. Oh, the DB. Faison Loves an offensive guard. Who's that?
Michael Jace.
Oh, there it is. A former star cornerback kick returner in Minnesota, serving apprentice sentence for assaulting a police officer. He's allowed to play. Okay, let's see. 2014, Jace fatally shot his wife.
Yeah.
Damn. 40 years to life in prison, dog. What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read this.
How ironic. I mean, like, that's jacked up. Like, this dude played a football player being released from prison to play football to real life become a real prisoner.
Damn, bro.
And
I'm gonna have to go down that.
killing his wife. That's wild.
Man, he's got a little filmography here. Cradle to the Grave. You remember that one?
I want to say, yeah, I remember him. What was it, Grey's Anatomy or something he was in?
I think so.
There's
a lot of stuff here. Shit.
He was in a lot of stuff.
Wow, dude.
And he threw away everything. Couldn't have just divorced her, man.
That's sad. Bad shit.
Right. Let's see. Let me look it up. What was he in? That's what. Oh, Cradle to the Grave.
I kind of like that. It's a little cheesy, but
I mean, I like
that's the Jet Li one in DMX.
Yep.
Is that the one where Aaliyah was in it too?
No, she's in Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die. Both of those. That's a good double feature, man.
That's Isaiah Washington in that one.
Yeah, he was pretty cold in that one.
Oh, that's right. He was in Great White Hype also.
A boxing movie?
Yes.
Damn, he's in
a freaking movie.
We gotta talk boxing movies too. Shit.
Oh, he was in The Fan.
Oh, that was crazy, dude.
De Niro and Snipes.
Yeah, man.
He was in Boogie Nights. Oh my goodness. He was in Strange Days.
He was in Strange Days. Wow, I like Strange Days, man. That was pretty trippy.
Dude, oh my God. Some of these movies, I did not know he was in all this. For those who don't know about Strange Days, what a wild movie that like fits with modern day. Strange Days, for those who have not seen it, it had this technology in there where
there's squibs
head, and it recorded your memories so that you could share those memories with other people and they can experience it. And this woman was killed while wearing the thing, and basically recorded. She had the memory,
police brutality murder or something
of a police brutality murder and her own murder.
That's right, yeah, because that guy tracked her down.
Yeah, it was a wild movie.
Angela Bassett, she killed it. That's what I remember the most, dude. She was so fine, and
girl Juliette Lewis in there.
She looked good too. But
the guy with the creepy ass voice who
Wincott, who plays like a bad guy and everything.
He played in The Crow. I remember for The Crow more than anything else. He could have been in 50 other movies. The Crow is what I'll always know him for.
That's one like The Crow. Like I gotta wait like 5 or so years to watch that. It's really grim.
Well, if somebody
really
was
dark.
saying like I don't need to do like him because it's kind of dark, I trust me. The stuff which I've been researching for the show that I have planned for us to do, the collab show, I call it a dire trip through dangerous minds. The stuff I've been researching for that, it don't get no darker than this because this stuff is real life. Like that's what sent me down the rabbit hole initially on Ed Gein.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've studied into Ed Gein, a bunch of school shooters, um, into the Unabomber, into Ted Bundy, Ted Kaczynski's Unabomber, but Timothy McVeigh, Dylan Roof,
Yeah. Drop
Andrew.
Zone, Miguel's his Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes.
That's a good one. I
That's
remember
a
that.
solid 90s action,
But
but yeah, not sorry to interrupt, but yeah, all those dudes you're naming, I'm just wondering like how many are those like MK Ultra fucking
well, I'm
I don't know
being
if we can talk about that on here.
well,
On
we
YouTube.
can, but I don't want to talk about it because I want to save some of that for the show
Yeah.
because
I want to hear that.
I've had some conversations with Laney, and Laney's went deep in some research. That's what I'll say.
Cool.
And
That's
so
dope.
I already know Warren got some stuff coming, and then Till, that's already her area. And so I've probably been for the last, I want to say 3 months or so, just going through case after case after case of these different people. Like some of this stuff is like, wow, some of these people are completely whacked out. Like I didn't even know about some of these things. Um, what is it? Creepy pasta? Like I didn't know anything about creepy pasta. And one of the kids who committed a heinous murder blamed it on
Oh,
Jeff the killer.
damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
this kid killed his stepmother. Uh, yeah, and so I mean, that show, I warn everybody, it's going to be very dark.
okay.
Some of the stuff we'll talk about because it's elements of a bunch of stuff. It's elements, of course. Um, I would say, of course, like psyops, government, like brain control, MK Ultra. There's going to be depression, pharmaceuticals, a lot of different things come into play into some of this stuff.
That's great. That sounds really good.
One of the
And
wildest ones I have on there is about this kid who, Randy Stair is his name. And I keep forgetting what it's called, but something my ghost or something, Danny Phantom, something Phantom. I don't know if that rings a bell for any of y'all. I don't. It's
hmm,
some cartoon about a phantom or something.
hmm, I
Is it
don't know.
is it Danny Phantom? I don't know. I know people a little younger than me know about this. Yeah,
I
it is
don't know.
Danny Phantom. That's what it is. There's some character on Danny Phantom, which is a female, which he believe. Oh, says that's my wheelhouse too. Yeah, Danny Phantom is.
Danny Phantom.
Oh,
2000,
Nickelodeon,
2004. Okay.
and I guess the one of the girls on there, this guy starts to believe that she is like talking to him, and that he he is going to that he needs to die in this world so that he can come back in the other world and be a cartoon girl like her and meet his soulmate, who's another girl that's a cartoon. So he needs to die in this world to enter the cartoon world.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, some of this stuff gets wild.
Dude. Yeah.
In fact, just so you guys can see the guy, I'm going to show you a picture of Danny Stair so you can see what this guy looks like. He looks like somebody who's just snapped. Oh no, sorry, Randy Stair. That's his name. I'll show you an image. So here, let me share my screen real quick. And this is the kid. Like this is one of the kids I've looked into. right here. Killing to enter the cartoon world.
Dang, YouTuber turkey.
Yeah.
Woo!
And this is he created this right here. These girls, and EGS stands for like Elite Ghost Squad.
Mm.
And so his Elite Ghost Squad in the cartoons he was making on YouTube, they were committing mass shootings and stuff.
My God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff gets dark.
White people crazy.
You
Part
what?
3,969 of whatever.
You are
Dude.
not lying.
Dude.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you guys will see all that stuff later. How some of this stuff got through censors is because some of these people were online before some of this stuff was censored, and then some of them even had their channels and stuff yanked down. Like the case of this one lady that I was looking into, the lady who shot up YouTube. Once they went back and they looked at her content, they felt her content was like inappropriate and that she violated guidelines. And so she went through the first ad apocalypse that like crushed a lot of people's channels. And then she went through the second one and she felt they were targeting her for sexual content. Which some of the stuff I agree that like that probably should have been okay to get through. Some of it, okay, I can see why they hit her on it. But she felt like they were targeting her unfairly and unjustly, so she drove up to YouTube centers and decided to go after people.
Damn.
And then, of course, like most of these cowards, they take themselves out in the end. And I'm like, why didn't you just do it to yourself and then save the rest of us the headache? I know that sounds kind of cruel, but when you watch so many of these people do so many of these horrific things, and on that show, I'll go into detail in some of those things. So I don't want to put a damper on this great show that we've had, but yeah, that's probably when watching all that stuff is probably why I kind of have a little different view of like the Ed Gein story and how it was portrayed, and it made me think about horror and how it's portrayed, and because of looking at these real events that happened, and like how many of these killers that were inspired off of each other, how many of them were inspired off of Columbine. Even some of them where one of the girls who's from Wisconsin, what's her name? Something Shabusiness, where she idolized she said that she idolized Jeffrey Dahmer. She's like she said Jeffrey Dahmer coming into court looking all sexy. Yeah. Now granted, Jeffrey Dahmer, this stuff happened way before she was even born. I think he was like, well, he was probably dead before she even knew who he was. But her crimes were like brutal and disgusting, and I don't know. If you guys look her up, you'll see crazy. She's in court, like spitting on and fighting her, trying to fight her defense attorney, and completely unremorseful. Now, I think she was behind the scenes actually remorseful, but trying to play it off to try to play tough because she claimed that she was part of Latin Kings. But that's a whole nother story. Yonina says, not gonna lie, sometimes it feels like YouTube be on some. I'm not gonna talk about the Roblox stuff, but I know what you mean. You're looking at the phone signs, well. I know it's a lot of stuff there, but yes, we wow, it's crazy. I was about to kind of like end it about like right at 2 minutes, and we ended up talking almost a whole another 45, well, over an hour.
Yeah, that was crazy. That flew by.
Yeah, well, you see how these shows go sometimes. I don't intend for them to go as long, but sometimes the conversation is good and it just flows naturally. And that's always a good thing, though, right? When you're enjoying the conversation so much, time flies by. Somebody brought up Manchurian Candidate. I'll throw my last little thing on Manchurian Candidate. One of the movies that creeped me out the most. Terrifying movie. Terrified the hell out of me watching that movie, especially the reveal of the people behind the wall in the hotel. That was freaking terrifying. I saw that at like 1 a.m.
R.I.P. Not good.
The same thing with watching what was it, Summer of Sam. Like I was.
I saw that too young, bro.
I fell asleep and I woke up to the scene of the dog. You know the scene I'm talking about when the dog.
I want you to kill. I want you to kill, dude. He's like, no. Has the pillow on his head, like, oh no, I can't.
Then he pops it off, and the dog is in the room with him. Oh hell no, that shit was creepy.
Yeah, that was creepy. I should not have been watching that. There was like a big sex scene in there too. Yeah,
that
way too young.
Terrifies me. But honestly, if they're gonna make another horror, I mean, if they're gonna make another true story of any of these people, the person they need to make a real thing about would be not David Berkowitz, but Ted Bundy.
Oh man, that's just fucked up.
The reason why is because I remember researching this stuff. I did not know that this crazy motherfucker escaped and went on a second fucking tour of massacres.
He escaped jail, prison?
Yes.
Damn, I don't remember that.
Like he in the whole arraignment process and everything, after he's already locked up, he escaped. Like he started off his reign in Utah, and then moved to Colorado, then finally gets arrested. Then during that time while he's arrested, he escapes one time. They catch him shortly after, so he just thinks better and smarter on his next escape. He escapes again, and it makes it all the way to Florida, where he commits another massacre, and then finally catch him.
Yeah, that guy's it's really out there.
Like that's scary. He's for real scary.
They were saying how he was good looking and charming and just like so
yeah, he was. I mean, and even the judge was like, I don't get it. You're intelligent, you're charming, you're a handsome man. Why do these things? Just something not screwed in right.
No, sir.
But
I think I'm gonna head out though.
I'll go into that more on that show when we do it, and I'll make sure as soon as I get the coordination on everybody's times, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, that was all I had. Hopefully you guys all have a great weekend. I'm gonna make sure to get with you, Ed, so we can do something like this again, because I definitely truly had a blast. And
me too.
It was good to get my mind off of some of the depressing crap that's going on in this world right now. At least for just, for a show. And I'm
done to pick your brain on geopolitics and more about East Africa and.
Well, hey man, hit me up anytime. I mean, whether it's on camera or off camera, and hey, just reach out to me.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. I will do that. Right.
Well, on that note, we will get ready to wrap it up. Again, much appreciated. If you guys are not already subscribed to Ed's channel, make sure you guys go and do that. I'm trying to find my outro video because last week I took it off. But I got it, and we're gonna finish. And thank you again, everybody who came through. Whether you just popped in for 5 minutes, whether you popped in and out of the show, whether you caught the whole thing live, or whether you're catching it later, much appreciation to you. Make sure to subscribe to both of our channels, like, share, do all that good stuff. And you guys all have a great weekend. Much love to y'all. Peace.
Peace.
There is discrimination in this world, and slavery and slaughter and starvation. Governments repress their people. Millions are trapped in poverty, while the nation grows rich, and wealth is lavished on armaments everywhere. These are differing evils, but they are the common works of man. They reflect the imperfection of human justice, the inadequacy of human compassion, our lack of sensibility towards the suffering of our fellows. But we can perhaps remember, even if only for a time, those who live with us are our brothers, that they share with us the same short moment of life, that they seek as we do, nothing but the chance to live out their lives in purpose and happiness, winning what satisfaction and fulfillment they can.